everybody. Welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted podcast. It's me, Adam Hunter. We got a great show today. We have Renato Laranja coming in. I'm here right now with CB Gold.
What's up, guys?
As well as Joe the Kid Perez.
What's up, guys?
We have Jamie Moyle calling in, Love Boat Jamie, as well as Rashad Evans calling in. So we have a stacked show. We are on Tip a Fighter. If you like our podcast, you can tip us. Tip a Fighter. Also this week, I'm in Edmonton at the comic strip all week long in Edmonton. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, which is today's Tuesday, so tomorrow, Wednesday through Sunday. The following week, I will be in Minnesota at the House of Comedy. So if you want to see me, and you're in Minnesota or you're in Edmonton, come check out the show. I would like to apologize to everyone about the quality of the Kelvin Gastelum podcast, people. You know, that's why we need Joe, the sound guy, who's here right now. But, you know, I went down to Vegas and I'm like, oh, you know what's great? I'll do a podcast with Kelvin. And I actually brought my Zoom mics and I brought an SD card and I asked the guy at Best Buy, hey, I have a Zoom mic. What's the best SD card? Oh, take 64 fucking megabytes, which of course, gigabytes. And of course the thing didn't read it. So then I used my disc from my video camera, which was still too big. I guess in Zoom mics you need a smaller one. And so if you thought it was frustrating listening to it, I had to stop and go on the podcast at least 6 times with Kelvin in my room, very hungry, obviously. So, that was hard. But listen, thank you guys for listening to the podcast, and, I will try to do more from the road. Actually, this week I'm going to be in Canada in Edmonton, so I'm doing one with Mitch Clark this week. So, you know, when I go on the road, I want to help, you know, do live stuff like that. But I apologize for the fucking cracking and everything else. And hey, man, I'm doing my best.
You should have heard it before I edited it and like fixed the audio. You literally couldn't understand anything, so I did my best to work on it. And
you did a good job, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. So what's going on? Actually, getting to Vegas was one of the hardest things to do. I was driving to Vegas on Monday, and it took me 9 hours to get to Vegas. Normally it takes 4 hours from LA to Vegas.
What time did you leave?
I left at 1:30. My show was at 8, right? I'm like, oh, okay, I'll give myself an extra 3 hours. I'll get there at 5:30. I had something to pick up, my t-shirts. I get there, I look at the GPS, it says you're gonna get there at 8 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it says 9 o'clock. So I was driving on the shoulder for like the side of the road to the shoulder. People were getting so angry, they were then blocking me on the shoulder, which you're an asshole. Listen, if someone's willing to drive on the shoulder, which is a totally illegal move, you know, let me get the ticket. I probably would have lost my license because I have that many accidents and tickets already, but I was willing to do it to get there. The show must go on. But people were blocking me, and a truck was blocking me. So I had to then try to go around him on the left, and then go back on the shoulder. It became like Grand Theft Auto. When I finally was doing it, I was doing way too fast. I actually did make the show. I got there by 9 o'clock. I was running with a torn ACL after surgery. I'm running through the casino. I got there, had a great show. That was fun. That was on Sunday. And then it was great. Actually, all week long, the shows were great. I had a lot of fighters come out. Ryan Couture came, and I even said while Ryan was there, I'm like, your dad would be here, Randy Couture, but he couldn't find a babysitter for his girlfriend. And then,
pretty fucking right.
What's his name was there? Tyron Woodley showed up. I go, guys, the champ is here. Tyron Woodley. You guys can't see him, but to Tyron was totally cool. I love seeing Tyron and his beautiful wife who has had 4 kids. She looks like she's 22 years old. She's smoking hot. Mm-hmm. And she was like, yeah, you know, she was super cool. And then John Morgan came, the writer. Vinny Magalhaes. Actually, Vinny came late.
You had Jesse Jess, you had Jamie Moyle.
Yeah, hold on. Let me talk about Vinny for a second. Thank you. I'm happy how you know who was there and I don't. But so Vinny Magalhaes came, and Vinny came. I go, Vinny's here. He's an Abu Dhabi champion, but his stand-up's worse than Dane Cook's. Which, by the way, I happen to like Dane Cook. He's a friend of mine. But I was just fucking around. But Vinny was super cool. And then, the girls from Syndicate came. Jessie Jess. Very attractive woman, Jessie Jess, and she has that Australian accent, which gets me every time. And then Jamie Moyle was there, and then some other girl was there who's a fighter for Invicta.
I don't remember.
Jessica Hoy.
Oh, yeah.
Jessica Hoy was there. And then one night Forrest and Bonner came, and I was asking them when they have sex, who's top. So that was awesome. It was just, I just loved it. I love when fighters come, and I met a lot of cool fans. Some of the shows, The one show that was actually kind of tough was that Friday night show because none of the fans came. They all watched the UFC, and it was old people, like old. In fact, one guy was like sitting there not laughing. He must have been 97 years old, and he had his hands crossed. And he's like, "I only laughed twice during this show." I'm like, "Thanks, fucking Simon Cowell of Vegas." And then I was like, "I got the light," and I'm like, "Sir, me and you both got the light just now." But it was fun. It was actually fun. I was saying you guys could find me on Instagram or Twitter or Life Support. I pointed to him. But
you're doing an hour, right?
I did an hour a night. Aiko Tanaka opened for me, which she was super cool. It was great. I had a great. Oh, Jay Haran came to one of my shows with his girlfriend, who has 1 million Instagram followers.
Are you serious?
She's a butt model. She has the nicest.
Damn good reason.
Her butt is insane.
How would you feel if that was your girlfriend?
If she's making a living as a butt model, I mean, she's not.
Are you kidding? Flaunt that shit.
She's not a porn star.
You don't get jealous?
No.
That there's millions of dudes
looking at her ass. I mean, her ass.
And you're the only one that gets to touch her.
No,
that's not a bad thing.
No, I definitely wouldn't get jealous. She's a really cool chick too. So no, not for a butt model. If it was I couldn't date a porn star. If she was having sex for like on camera or something. But but yeah. So and then of course New Year's Eve, I did a show New Year's, and there was this drunk girl. And she was just talking. I'm like, "What do you do?" She's like, "I work for Google." Right? I'm like, "Oh, what do you do for Google?" She's like, "Everything." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, and then she had like platinum red hair, and I was like, "Yeah, you know, I actually Googled your name. Oh, I actually Googled slut, and your name came up, or your picture came up, or something." So she got up and walked out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was.
Those are the best walkers.
Oh yeah,
I like when you walk somebody because they just get so embarrassed by being torn apart. They're like, "Fucking, I'm out."
But her boyfriend and then their friend stayed for the whole show. So
well,
she walked out, they stayed, and then afterwards they took pictures with me just to piss her off. So that was entertaining.
That's hilarious.
But it was fun. I actually had a really good time in Vegas. How was your New Year's? What'd you do?
I actually just stayed home alone. It was nice.
Nice.
That's it.
You didn't go to any parties or?
I'm not the party kind of guy, man. I'm a very introverted person. I like to stay at home. You know. The hell was that?
That was my cat. Go on.
Yeah,
I'm right here, so don't look at me.
All right, go on.
But yeah, I don't know about you, but I spent Christmas with my family, so that's pretty much it. I don't really give a fuck about New Year's. Who cares, right?
I hear you.
Speaking of which, did you see Joe's singing videos on Instagram or Facebook?
Please don't. Let's not promote
Joe
this.
is singing songs, Christmas carols, with his cousin who's playing the piano.
Oh, that's great. That's really cute. That's really sweet, Joe.
I introduced Greg to it at the fight on Friday night, and he was...
Did Greg come over to your place to watch the fights?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It went well. I felt bad though because he had to go on at 8:30.
Oh, so he couldn't stay for all of it.
Dom and Cody went to the third, and he's like, "I gotta go," and he ran out.
Yeah.
But we had fun.
Yeah, and what'd you do New Year's?
Just hung at home.
Yeah, gotcha.
I got invited to go to like this party that was at a hookah bar, and I'm like, what am I in fucking high school again? Like, sounds not interesting at all. Plus, I don't smoke hookah or any of that shit.
Well, it was like in high school because you didn't go to any parties then either. So that was...
It's true. I mean, it's true. I should be backtracking a little bit, but I was just like, no, fuck it. Otherwise, no, I was in Mammoth for a week, got snowed in, did the first manual labor of my life.
No way. What'd you do?
Oh, you didn't see it? My mom's car got stuck in the driveway, and it took us over an hour to get her out of it.
Really?
Yeah, my dad's yelling at me of like shit that we need to do to get her out, and none of it worked.
Now, did it feel good actually doing manual labor?
To get my mom out of the snow, it felt good.
That's good.
But then I was yelling at my dad. I'm like, no, we need to do this. We need to push the car from this side. Everything I said was right. Everything he said was wrong. But there were 5 of us out there digging her out. And the day I was leaving, which was the next day, we had to dig my car out of the driveway so I could at least get out. And then we were going to do Hanukkah, and my nephews got there and everything. And then it started snowing again, and we got 5 feet the night before.
Damn.
So I was like, fuck it, I got to hit the road.
Gotcha.
So,
well, all right. So that was very nice that you did that. I'm proud of you. You helped out your mom.
I smoked about half a pack of cigarettes during that entire process.
Really?
Too. Oh my God, I was so stressed out.
Well, let's talk about some of the fights that happened over the weekend. Let's talk about some of the fights.
Wait, there's no dating update?
No, we'll wait for Renato for that.
Oh,
yeah, I told Adam for the podcast, when Renato was on last time, I really liked his advice that he gave me, so I want to ask him again
So
today.
let's talk about the fights. Let's talk about Ronda Rousey. That's obviously what everyone's talking about. Listen, you know, I've been saying this for what, 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, that was not the right camp for her. You should not be the best person in your gym. These gyms that people have around you are usually not a good idea. Sometimes they work. They worked for BJ Penn in a couple fights when he was with like Marinovich or something, or some of those people.
No, he was with Rudy Valentino in his gym in Hilo.
Right.
He was the name there.
Sometimes that it works, but for the most part it doesn't. And Edmund, I've never liked Edmund. Ronda Rousey's mom came on the show numerous times and, you know, had horrible things to say about Edmund. If you want to look at some of those, if you want to go back and listen to some of those, you know, and, you know, Ronda was not very nice to me at all, actually. I always thought I was always a Ronda fan. Since day one, before she was in the UFC, I used to tweet about her all the time, and she actually said, "Oh, you're so funny," blah blah blah. We kind of became friends. Marino I was one of her good friends, and had her on the podcast. And then, you know, I remember texting Ronda, "Hey, want to come do the podcast?" And then getting a text back from Marina, "Stop texting Ronda to come on the podcast."
How many times did you ask her?
Once or twice.
Oh, okay.
So then.
And her response was completely out of order.
Maybe ask her again. I don't know, once or twice, but it wasn't like that. But at least she could have told me. But then it was, that wasn't even really, okay, fine, I could deal with that. No worries, all good. It was then, I asked Ronda to come to a show or something. I was doing like a mass text to people, and she texted me back, tell me to go fuck myself. Said, "You talk shit about my man, my best friend," which is actually not the truth. The truth is, I gave Marina a job. She was making good money on the podcast when we were making money on the podcast, and I was super nice to Marina. I was helping Marina get auditions and this and that, and I liked Marina. I still like Marina, even though she doesn't like me. I still, you know, when she was on the show, we had a lot of really good, fun times, and. You know, her saying I talked shit about Travis, also not true. In fact, there was a lot of things that I could have said about Travis, but I backed up.
A lot of things.
Because I was like, you know what? I know Ronda's mom, out of respect for that, and that really wasn't my job, was to back off. Mm-hmm. I remember people, people telling me when I was working with the UFC, like, don't become friends with these people. You got hired to make videos roasting them, you know, so whatever. I became friends, and I have nothing but respect for fighters. And then, you know, so then Ronda said, "You talk shit about me." What did I say? Whenever there was a meme about Ronda getting knocked out, I never retweeted. I still don't. To me, that's not cool. People been tweeting me all fucking week about their Ronda videos, and no, that's not my style. I don't like to.
The only thing I remember you saying about her, and it wasn't even about her, was your Bill Cosby joke, and that was directed at Bill Cosby.
Exactly.
It wasn't about her.
It was about her putting people to sleep.
Yeah.
So. Whatever, okay? And then she said, you know, quit kissing my mom's ass. Fucking her mom called me to help her set up a fucking podcast. I drove over to Santa Monica, spent an hour, you know, to fucking do that. And her mom came to shows. I helped Ronda's cousins couldn't get tickets to a fight. I got them fucking tickets to her fight.
Wow.
So, whatever, okay? So she told me to fuck off. And, you know, fine. She was lashing out on people. Lash out on people. You know, that I get it. Still, watching her get fucked up was sad. I don't know. I mean, you know, and I told some fighters that, and they were like, sad. She's made $3 million. Like, don't be fucking feel sad for her. At the same time, there was something, and somebody on the underground said it was like watching a little kid drop his ice cream when he's like 4-year-old and just looking down. Mm-hmm. That was sort of like the look that Ronda had when she got fucked up by Nunes. And, you know, now everybody's people are now jumping on the bandwagon, and I guess she burned a lot of bridges. The no press for a week didn't help. She wasn't signing autographs like you said to people all week. And
her excuse was pretty fucking ridiculous.
I need to save my energy, right?
Yeah, she said I need to conserve my energy for the fight.
So there are a lot of people she kind of burned, but I did not get happy to see Ronda get fucked up like that. I was, in some ways, I was rooting for her to make a comeback, and I kind of figured that was going to happen because she was still with GFC, and the things that she needed to really work on, she didn't. Mm-hmm. And she's, you know, a striker. Like even Amanda Nunes said that was a really bad idea. Whoever taught her she was a striker. She's not a striker. You know, people said, well, why didn't she shoot a double? Someone had said that Brennan Shaw said that her knees were shot to the point where she can't shoot doubles or singles. If that's the case, she shouldn't be in the octagon. If your knees are gone to the point where you cannot shoot a double leg or a single leg, you should not be fighting. anyone because you do not have. It's like saying, "Oh, I can't throw a fucking jab. I can't throw a hook. My hand's not good." You should not be in there if that's the case. That being said, can she make a comeback? Sure. They're going to have to go real slow with her. Does she want to? Maybe. I mean, this movie career that she's supposed to happen, I do not think is going to happen.
It's over.
I don't think people are going to go watch Ronda Rousey in movies unless someone like Steve Sonnenberg, who, liked Gina Carano, unless there's a director, Peter Berg, that really likes Ronda Rousey and has a jonesing for her and says, you know what, I'm going to put her in my projects. That would be the only way I can see this happening. But look, she made $5 million her last fight, $3 million in this fight. She probably has about $25 million saved.
She made more than 3.
So maybe she has $30 million in the bank.
She's got money.
Does she even need to work again? She could open up. She can go around the world teaching judo the rest of her life, and there'd be a line of people, willing to pay her to teach them judo. Which maybe that's what she should do. But I think that this celebrity that she's enjoyed of people kissing her ass, she's might find out that people are not that nice to you when you're not winning anymore. That sucks. That's not the way it should be. That's the way it seems to be. Someone like Ellen. We'll see how Ellen, I want to be your best friend. Why is Serena your best friend? We'll see how nice Ellen is right now. Whether it's, we'll see how reaching out Ellen does to Ronda. Maybe she will, but I doubt it, based on what I've heard about Ellen from people that
DeGeneres?
Yeah, people that know her personally, which has not been good things. So, that being said, that's my Ronda take. She's got a lot of work to do. If I were her, I would go to Jackson's, go to a AKA, go to an American Top Team, go to the one in Canada, GSP, TriStar. Go to one of those camps. Go to a big camp and learn. Learn how to fight. Eventually your way is not working. People have caught up. They know what you're going to do. And the UFC, they would be smart to build Ronda back up, to give her somebody, like a Jessica I next, or a girl who's ranked number 6 or 7. Give her one of those girls and see how she does. And if she wins that, maybe 2 or 3 fights down the line, people are saying, oh, she's going to go into WWE. Is that really going to happen? I mean, that's also that's a hard skill to master. You can't just go into the WWE.
But she's not going to be on a schedule over there. She's not going to be the type that would be wrestling once a week, twice a week, like stuff like that. She'll do like a one-off appearance at WrestleMania, maybe a quick stint. Shayna Baszler has a better shot because she's doing it every night of the week now. Ronda would be like, we got Ronda again at WrestleMania. We'll use her for a little bit. But to be honest with you, the way that not even just this fight, but her career has gone since her original WWE appearance, Paige turned them down. I seriously, and I've said this for weeks, if not months, they're going to get Conor. They would want Conor because Conor's a bigger name for them. Ronda's already done it. They could set up one match with Ronda and The Rock and a couple other people, but they want Conor, and that's where it's going to go. Anyway,
that's my feeling on that. Other fight, the fight that I was shocked was the Cruz Cody fight. Cody Garbrandt I've been a fan of him. I remember before the UFC, he actually tweeted me, "Hey man, I'm trying to get into the UFC. Can you retweet this video of my last fight?" And I did. And then he got into the UFC. He won. And I even said, "Everybody, watch out for Cody's making." And then Cody did say, "Who's going to be the first person to give MMA Roasted a shout out after they win?" Cody said, "I got you, bro." He has yet to do it. However, he did.
Seems that way with a lot of people.
However, he did give the belt to that kid, so that's great. Go ahead, give that belt to that. I don't need a shout out. Give it to that kid who's sick. His Maddox. However, Cody No Love. Here's what I thought might have happened was that Cruz was gonna get under his skin. Cody was gonna fucking go nuts that first round, get tired. Cruz might pick him apart. Mm-hmm. That was my feeling on what might happen, and I was wrong. Cody looked great. I'm happy for Cody. I like both those guys. I think that was a great fight. I feel bad for Faber because Faber could never get it done at that level that Cody did. I mean, Faber was a champion and a legend, but he never was a UFC champion, which he wanted to do. If I was Faber, I would turn heel. I would dye my hair black, like the NWO, Hulk Hogan, and go and call out Cody, and see how that goes. No, I'm sure he probably won't do that, but that'd be pretty
he's
funny.
He's already got a task on his plate.
Who? Cody Dillashaw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a good fight. Now,
I think it's a better fight, which is weird to say.
What I have heard from people at Alpha Male, Cody used to get the best of TJ back in their training, which is one of the reasons TJ left. I don't know if that's true. I can't confirm it. I wasn't there. It's just what I heard. And, but I would love to see that fight. TJ Dillashaw, destroyed Lineker. Not destroyed him, but beat him up. Beat Lineker. And a lot of people were giving Lineker that fight. That was a fight where I was like, I think people are sleeping on John Lineker, man. This dude hits so fucking hard. We've seen TJ get knocked out by John Dodson. Lineker hits harder than Dodson. Look what Lineker did to Dodson. I give TJ a lot of credit. In fact, out of that whole team, it seems like TJ is the one that keeps winning out of that Colorado team. I know that Matt Brown is 0-3 since being there. Brandon Thatch is 0-4
for the last.
0-4.
All submissions.
So TJ is sort of keeping that team alive via wins, and I'm happy for him. I like TJ Dillashaw. So I want to see, but I think that Cruz deserves the immediate rematch. I think he should.
Cody wants to give it to Dom, but Dana's leaning more towards TJ.
Because of the Team Alpha Male, the whole storyline?
I don't know. I do know that I remember when TJ left and the whole, what did Dwayne Ludwig really do when the camp started? Cody was like, fuck TJ, I'm gonna beat his ass, he's a piece of shit, went crazy. And then kind of quieted down a little bit, focused on Dom, but I think either fight's good. I think Dom did not look like himself. He looked like a different person. When have you ever seen Dom get rocked?
No, I don't, I have not seen that. I think Dom might have underestimated Cody.
I think so too.
And, it's one thing. It's like Dom is also one of those dudes who's so hard to pick against. But at the same time, that first round, Dom versus Faber, and I was there, Faber won that round. Faber was getting the best of Dom in the grappling exchanges until Dom hurt Faber, and the fight changed then. And, when you have a bunch of your teammates that have fought Dom, it helps. It definitely helps. And Cody's young. He's fast. His boxing is on point, and he's a good guy. That, more importantly, or more than anything, he's actually a good guy. And I went to his after party on Friday night. I went to his after party, which is fucking awesome. I'm sitting there, and me and my girl and her two friends from Fresno went there, and we're in this VIP section. I'm dancing. I'm trying to dance to her because my leg's fucked up, so I can only move my left leg. I look like an idiot dancing, and I'm worried that I'm gonna fucking turning my ACL on the dance floor, which would be terrible. But I'm sitting there with Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse is dancing the whole time. I'm trying to keep up with him, but then I'm like, great, this guy's got the best cardio in the UFC, and this is my guy I'm in my head having a dance competition with that no one else knows about. Meanwhile, Mighty Mouse is on Twitch the whole time.
On his phone?
On his phone. I think it's Twitch. But is dancing with his wife, who's beautiful. But I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing on Twitch? So, but Mighty Mouse was there, and then T. Woodley was there, and then all of a sudden I look over, Nick Diaz is next to me, and Woodley and Diaz embraced. That was cool to see, because I didn't know if there was any beef, because I think Woodley called him out, but I guess, I don't know, that was nice to see. And then it was Cody's whole party. Clay Guida brought me to the party. So, he was kind of our tour guide. That dude is like Captain Fun. Clay Guida is really one of the most fun guys ever. And it was crazy seeing the entourage now behind Cody. And the whole club was like, the champ is here! The champ is here! And there were women everywhere, and the whole Team Alpha Male, and everyone's going crazy, and I'm like, which he deserves.
Right.
But just make sure that doesn't become your focus. You make sure you remember what got you there, but I think Cody is the kind of guy to do that. By the way, Kevin Lee tweeted out, this should, after Ronda lost, this should teach the UFC to quit hyping these motherfuckers and don't put in the heart and work. Sage, Paige, Ronda. Promote some real motherfuckers. So that was Kevin's take on the whole thing. Look, I think Ronda does put in the work, but you can run as fast as you can. If you're running up the wrong mountain, you're not going to get to where you want to go. So it's not about necessarily working hard. It's about working smart and hard.
Or if somebody's putting you at the wrong mountain to get to the top of.
Exactly. And that seems to be the case. I mean, no one's questioning whether Ronda works hard. Look at her body. You could tell she works hard. It's just a matter of, okay, game planning. I mean, don't stand, you're fighting a striker who hits, and by the way, people are like, dude, she fought a dude. I'm a dude. I don't fight like that. Like, it's not it's an insult to fucking her. It's also like you're putting dudes on a pedestal. Fucking Amanda Nunes is a great fighter and is a elite fighter. It's not she fought a dude. So
why are they saying that she's a dude?
Because they're fucking idiots.
She's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman.
Nunes?
Yeah, I love her. She might be like the nicest woman fighter. What is it with the Brazilian women fighters like Claudia Gadelha? She's like also super nice. I love both of those girls.
She is super nice. So, but Kevin Lee, I mean, him saying they should teach the UFC to quit. Look, I understand. I kind of agree with him with Sage Northcutt. That was a little ridiculous.
That was a fucking joke.
Paige Van Zandt, she actually beat, Felice Herrig. She beat
Alex Chambers,
Kyla. She beat Alex Chambers. She beat Rowdy Beck.
She's just not upper echelon yet. She's not top 5 yet.
And Ronda, don't forget, man, she went on that tear. And people like saying, "Oh, who was Ronda beat?" Ronda beat Sarah McMahon.
Are you kidding me?
Ronda beat Misha Tate.
Alexis Davis.
Liz Carmouche. I mean, she's beaten a lot
Sarah Kaufman.
Yeah, Betchkaya. She's beaten a lot of these girls that were considered the best around at the time. So to say she hasn't beaten anyone is also very dismissive of who she's beaten. That being said, I understand why Kevin Lee is upset because he's not promoted like he should be. His record's 12-2. He's had a lot of tough fights. His losses to Ally Quinta, that loss was a very close fight. The one loss he did lose to the Brazilian guy that knocked him out.
Oh, Leo Santos?
Yeah, that was a tough loss. But, Kevin Lee is a bad motherfucker and they should promote him more. Justin Bieber, on the other hand, tweets out, "You got knocked the fuck out." Or the whole thing from Friday.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of people are taking it the wrong way because they don't understand the reference. It's not the nicest thing to say, but it's the Chris Tucker line from Friday, and people are like, "Oh my god, he's such an asshole." I'm like,
no, he is an asshole because
it's a fucking joke. It's not as bad of him just being like,
it's worse. It's not even his line. He fucking stole it. He's a fucking
Everybody
fraud.
steals that fucking line.
It's not even an original line. And he didn't even.
He's not original.
Doesn't matter.
I'm not defending him, but it's like he's.
But you're also kicking a girl when she's down. You're kicking a person when they're down.
It's been like that though.
Well, she didn't.
Everybody.
They had a thing. They had a thing where she didn't like him because he didn't give her sister a picture or something and said she wanted to fight him. They had some sort of beef, and I understand it. At the same time, Justin Bieber, Ronda Rousey would fucking wreck you. Even with her striking, she would fucking wreck Bieber.
Let me settle this whole Bieber fighting thing. There was a thing about 2 years ago where Justin Bieber went on an interview and said, "I would beat either Diaz brother in a boxing match," and I almost fell off my chair laughing.
Okay, so that's defending him?
No. I'm saying like his beef is just stupid, and to talk about to talk down to people like that. But it's like, dude, you're just because you walk out with Floyd Mayweather, you're holding the belt.
No, he's a fucking idiot, and he should have kept his mouth shut. And it's classless. And I understand. And Justin Bieber is not a guy with 12 Twitter followers. He's got a fucking
stick to
music. He's got 40 million followers. There's no need for that. You're not Justin Bieber. You've been down before in your life. You've been down, and I don't think he liked it. And when people fucking shit on him, and he shouldn't do them. Look. You're talking to a guy that I roast people. So I'm also not innocent. But I try to kick people when they're down. That was the one thing I've learned over the years is when somebody loses, just fucking, unless they lose in a way where it's Bob Sapp tapping to a single leg takedown or something, or even, I think Sage panic tapping, which was still probably I should have kept my mouth shut. It's one thing. But when somebody like that,
Jake getting his foot caught in the cage.
Yeah, Jake getting his foot caught in the cage. These are comical ways of losing. When somebody gets knocked the fuck out, I try not to unless the joke's there, and even then, I kind of put too much thought into this shit. Anyway, the point is, I don't know what the fuck my point is. Bieber, you're an idiot.
And Michael Venom Page's new dance moves.
Oh yeah, Michael Venom Page, by the way, who came up with the Rousey, which I even said, I go, this is way more entertaining than your last fight. His last fight was the worst fight I've ever seen in my life. However, Travis Brown took the bait, and he tweeted today, "Hey man, name the place. I'm gonna fuck you up." I think he since deleted the tweet, but now there's somebody today, Jeremy May, who wants to fight Travis Brown.
Oh yeah, he said, "Yeah, I'll fight somebody your own size, and I'll come in." And it's like, dude, he's already got his plate full. Like, I wouldn't mess with this dude right now.
Travis Brown?
Yeah.
Well, he's fighting the Black Beast.
Yeah.
In like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Let's go Black Beast.
If he makes it in the arena, he may not make it out.
He's fighting 12 Black Beasts on the way to the arena.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He may not make it inside the arena.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You would know better than anybody walking through the streets of Brooklyn.
Oh, well, first of all, it's not that bad. I used to work in Brooklyn. I was the wrestling coach at Pally Prep for a couple months.
Still not easy.
Nah, it depends where you are. All right, so we are going to call a girl right now who won her last fight. I was there. She fought Kylie Curran.
It was a hell of a
fight. You were there too. Were you there?
Yeah.
You were there too.
Yeah. I was up in the deck screaming MMA Roasted.
And this girl's adorable as well. She's actually a really cute girl.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, her nickname is Love Boat, which it's kind of a weird name for a fighter.
Yeah,
Love Boat.
I never understood that.
We're going to ask her about it. She's from Riverside. I did not know she's from Riverside.
Really?
Yeah. And she's half Japanese. And her last name is Moyle, so I guess her dad is
Syndicate representative.
White. Syndicate, yeah, the whole 9 yards. So we're gonna call her right now. Love Boat Jamie Moyle. I don't know where Renato is. Come on.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box.
All right, we're gonna call her again. Love Boat Jamie Moyle.
Was she the one on the Ultimate Fighter?
Yes, she lost to Bobby Cooper, and then begged Dana White for a chance to redeem herself because it was a controversial loss. And Jamie Dana being the cool guy that he is, gave her a spot.
I do remember her last fight was badass.
Oh yeah,
was it a fight night or something?
It was a fight night. I was there. He was there. It was
a tough finale.
It was the night when Ellenberger got his foot caught in the cage.
Why is that so funny?
Which, by the way, has not got overturned. They denied it.
Dismissed it, yeah.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah. Why is it funny? Because it never happens.
Exactly.
That's why it's funny. Just like you know, having a threesome. That would be very funny because it will never happen.
How dare you?
Fucking Jamie, come on. All right, fuck Jamie Moyle. I never liked her, and she's a terrible person. She kicks puppies for a living. She goes around. She's a Nazi. She voted for Trump. She's an awful, awful person. Jamie is the worst. I hope she loses her neck. No, I'm kidding. By the way, Jamie's a sweetheart. Pick up the phone though. Come on. What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with these people? What is it, CV? What's wrong with these people?
They knew I'm here.
Is that what it is?
Possibly.
Fuck. By the way, I'm doing another sketch for Bellator coming up soon. Very excited about that. It's going to be great. It's going to be really great.
Who's it with?
I'm not going to reveal my sources, but it's going to be good. I'll tell you off the air. All right, let's talk about some more of the fights. The Mike Pyle fight was really, really sad.
Oh my god.
Mike Pyle is a friend of mine, and I was watching that in a casino with my girl, and when that happened, my head just went into my hands, and I remember Bree asking me, "Are you going to cry?" She asked, and she's never seen me cry before, and I didn't want that to be the first time I cried because of all the things I probably could have cried about. But I felt like crying. I did, and that was just hard to watch, man. And Mike Pyle, that's his second straight knockout in devastating fashion. I was there for the first one. It was a flying knee, I think, got him. And I don't know, man. Mike Pyle, he's got a great company in fishing, fly fishing. It's really, really good. He's a smart guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's a good actor. He's really witty, hilarious. It might be time, and that's up to Mike Pyle to decide.
Like 83 years old.
He's older. He's not. And he's been doing this forever. And when you see that happening, you go, This is not the first time this has happened. He got knocked out by Ellenberger. He got knocked out by other guys. You know, we're talking about a guy who fought Rampage his first fight and got thrown out of the cage, I believe, or the ring, or whatever the fuck it was.
Even in his wins, he's taken beatings. When he beat Sean Spencer last February, like
that was a war.
He took a 3-round beating, and then just mustered all of it up and just ended up finishing.
Yeah, I was at that fight too. You there?
Yeah, that was Hendricks Thompson card. You were? I don't think you were there.
Hendricks versus
with Rashad and Roy Nelson in the co-main. I don't think you were there.
I think oh no, it was in Vegas.
Yeah,
I think I was there. I think I left early. I'm pretty sure I left early. Maybe I wasn't there.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah. So Mike Pyle, that was hard to watch. On the undercard, who else was on the undercard?
What'd you think of the Tim Means Oliveira fight? That was really weird, and there was like mixed information going back and forth. You know, Brett Ratner and those guys, or Mark Ratner, said that the knees were legal because Oliveira only had one knee down, but didn't have a hand on the ground. But then Miragliotta ruled it a no contest.
Yeah, Miragliotta was wrong.
I know he was wrong, but it was just like such a weird thing to happen when they're like, you know, you look at Ellenberger's fight and Ratner's like, yeah, he caught his foot in the cage, like that's a cage malfunction, and they ruled it a TKO loss, and now it's been dismissed. But then this, which was legal, and even Tim Means said, you know, they were legal knees, and they're like, it's a no contest, and we had to rush him to the hospital. It was just so weird. It was just.
Yeah, that was really weird, and I think that'll be overturned, and I think they will give it to Tim Means.
I think they should.
I can't see them not doing that, honestly.
If not, I hope Dana gave him his win bonus at least, because it was legal.
And Dana will, and Tim Means is a really good guy. So,
and in terms of one other fight on the card that I'd love your opinion of.
Sure.
Neil Magny and Johnny Hendricks.
You know what? I thought, you know, it's funny, like. My new system of picking fights now, which seems to be working pretty well, is asking a guy who fought both of them who's going to win. Like that's what happened with Dillashaw, and so far.
So you asked Kelvin?
Well, yeah. Well, before that, I asked John Dodson, Dillashaw or Lineker, and he said Dillashaw all day. And I asked Kelvin, and Kelvin said Magny all day. So maybe, but I really thought Hendricks won that fight.
Greg and I said the same thing. We were watching it, and he was like, "How the fuck did Magny just get that decision?"
But it wasn't the worst robbery I've seen. I think that it wasn't even in my top 20 robberies, because Hendricks was not doing that much from the top, and he was visibly tired, and he also missed weight. So I think if he would have made weight, the judges would have given him that fight. I think they were upset.
I think that has something to do with
yes, yeah, I definitely have something to do with it. And you can't, you know, you can't get around a guy like Johnny Hendricks, a guy like Ray Borg. Maybe the refs wouldn't care, but over and over and over again, this dude misses weight, and I think people are sick of it. And yeah, they were looking to give him that fight. I still think Hendricks won. Hendricks got robbed. I think the first round he looked better than he has in a long time. Yeah. But yeah, it's just Johnny Hendricks is not the same guy. There's something up with Johnny Hendricks. He needs to go to a different fight camp. He needs
a camp. He's not at a fight camp.
Yeah, he needs to go to a fight camp. He needs to go to an ATT. Well, like I said with Ronda, he's the same thing, Ronda. But his wrestling is that good. His wrestling is that good where he can beat a Neil Magny at 60%.
Yeah.
He can, and Neil Magny's a good guy, is a good fighter, but his wrestling is that good. But Hendricks was tired. He was slow. I don't know what the fuck happened to his power. I feel like
that's what I was going to ask. Like,
I feel like Hendricks' power when he was gaining 25 pounds overnight, but still making weight, he still had that power. That power that not
sluggish now.
Now it's almost like he's throwing punches better, but they're not having any effect. He's throwing straight punches, but he's not throwing that fucking crazy wide looping right, but it's not knocking fuckers out like it used to.
Or the left shovel punch.
I'm talking about a guy who knocked out John Fitch.
In 12 seconds.
Knocked out Martin Kampman. I mean, but yeah, somehow.
Charlie Brenneman.
I don't know. I also think
where does he go from here? Where does Hendricks go after that?
I don't know. I mean, the guy's probably made a ton of money. I don't know how much it is to have real estate in Oklahoma, but I doubt it's that much money. He probably has I don't know.
I know he
And
lost
there's-
money in his restaurant.
Did he?
He opened up the steakhouse and then they had to close pretty soon.
He ate all the
thereafter.
food.
I wouldn't doubt it. But like, where does he go? Who does he fight? What do they do?
I have no
You
idea.
know, and he said if he lost, he was retiring, but this was so close. Does he come back and say, you know, that's bullshit and I'm not going out on that?
Well, this will be 3 fights in a row that he technically lost, and the UFC might cut him. And plus, he hasn't make weight.
The weight issue is going to be a big factor.
They might cut.
cutting
They
him.
might cut him. They shouldn't cut him. He's still a draw. I
Does
will
he
watch.
have a future in Bellator if he gets cut?
Yes, he has a future anywhere if he wants to fight. Johnny Hendricks is a name. He's a name, and wrestling people that college wrestlers college wrestling fans will always support the wrestlers. That's just the way it goes. And Johnny Hendricks is a legend in college wrestling, a fucking legend. I think this is Jamie Moyle. Jamie Moyle. Hello, how are you? I'm going to call you right now from my Skype line, okay? It's okay. All right, no problem. Man,
By the way, for those who couldn't hear it,
she said, "Oh shit, I totally fucking forgot." Is what she said. I like Jamie Moyle, cool chick. Women just forget, you know. Won't be the first girl to forget that I was calling them. I don't know where Renato is. No one gives a fuck about my podcast. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Jamie? Recording?
This is Jamie?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Are you in the car?
Yes, am I super loud?
No, I just don't know if having an Asian girl drive while on the phone, it probably isn't the best thing. So.
I'll be okay. Half Asian.
You're half Asian. Okay, good. Jamie Moyle, how are you? I met Jamie at my comedy show last time. She came when I got heckled by Mike Pyle. Jamie was sitting there and she was like, I'm like, oh, hey, what's your name? And she's like, I'm in the UFC. I didn't really believe her. I'm like, who is this cute little girl? And then when I saw your fight, holy shit, you are tough. Congrats on the big win, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Now, how did that feel to get your first win in the UFC?
It felt awesome. I mean, words probably can't really describe, but it was crazy. Like when I finally was off camera, I went in the back, I freaked out a little bit and had a moment, but yeah, I knew I was ready to be there, and I knew I was, going to do everything it took to win. So it was just, I was ready for it, but I was also, super excited.
Now, Kylan Curran hits pretty hard. She's a good wrestler. Were you hurt at all in that fight?
No, I wasn't really hurt except for, I guess, the cut, which was actually happened from like that big slam that I did. But in the very beginning, I think I took her down, and then she stood back up and hit me with a good combo, probably the first minute or two, and that got my attention. But other than that, nothing real, no real hard shots or anything.
It was good. Now, I didn't realize the amateur career you had. You fought Tisha Torres in the amateurs. You had a bunch of really tough fights. Your first 4 fights were in Invicta. I mean, you had that's sort of like making the pros right away.
Yeah, I did fight Tisha back in the day, and I won a contract through Tough Enough out here. I did like a 2-fight tournament, and I won a contract to Invicta, so I was lucky enough to debut in Invicta. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had some great fights in Invicta. You beat JJ Aldridge, very, very tough girl. You beat was that? I mean, that must have felt really good.
Yeah, I definitely respected her a lot as an opponent, so going into that fight, I did finish it pretty quickly, so I was really excited. But she is super tough, and she's awesome, and we actually were on The Ultimate Fighter together, so I got to know her, and she's a really good person, too. Nice.
Now, take it back. So you grew up in Riverside?
I was born in Riverside. I lived in San Bernardino for 4 years, and then I moved here when I was 4. So I pretty much lived here my whole life in Las Vegas.
So you grew up in Vegas. Now, did you do any type of wrestling or grappling or karate in high school?
No, I did Muay Thai for like 2 months in high school, and then I actually started just doing MMA and doing everything together. When I was like 19, I started Jiu Jitsu and Muay Thai, and I started wrestling a couple years after that.
Because I mean, it's just kind of like it's just so funny because you're so cute, and then you have like this like you have this like nice your body isn't exactly like, I mean, no offense, but you kind of have this like cute body, but you don't seem like a fighter, like you know, you don't seem like this angry. You seem so sweet. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I mean, nothing's wrong with me, I don't think, but I love competition and I love winning, so when I'm in there, I'm gonna freaking kill somebody, you know, but like, I think the point of life is to be happy, and I've just always naturally just been kind of like, oh, a butterfly, ooh, like fluttering around and just happy, and, you know, like, to me, it's not, like, when I go to fight, I'm not in there to, like, beat this person up because I don't like them or because I'm mad. It's competition and it's art and it's beautiful to me. So that's a little bit more what it's about, you know.
So what was the first time? So the first gym you walked into, you're 19 years old. Now you were smoking a ton of weed, right? Partying, you know, hooking up with right?
It was slow, but anyways, keep going.
Okay. So now, I mean, so you were partying, having fun. You were this cool party chick. You're half Japanese. You're like that girl at like the high school that was drunk all the time. And then you said, you know what? I have to get my life together. This is ridiculous. Some boy hurt you. He cheated. You were really angry, and you went into an MMA gym, correct?
Not at all.
Oh. All right, so tell me what happened.
I always, since like middle school, I was kind of like a tough girl, and I, you know, would get in people's faces if like I wanted to, and I never actually got into a fist fight except for like once in high school, and I just wanted to know how to like whoop somebody's ass if I ever got in a street fight, because, you know, nobody wants to be embarrassed and get their ass whipped, so I wanted to learn how to box. And my dad is a very thorough kind of guy and researched a bunch of gyms. And being in Las Vegas, you know, there's a lot of MMA gyms. And I ended up at Toddy's for a couple months in high school. And then I always wanted to go back. And eventually my mom actually worked right by Extreme Couture and kept telling me about it. And I finally just tried it one day. And I just loved it. I've always been really athletic, so I really liked it.
That's awesome. Now, did you play other sports in high school?
Nope. I did track freshman year, so I didn't have to do PE, but I pretty much showed up for attendance and left. So, no.
So you walk into Extreme Couture. Who's your first teacher?
First teacher, Joey Varner was my first Muay Thai coach there.
Joey Vegas.
And Dennis, if you know who Dennis is, he was my jiu-jitsu coach over there as well. And Neil I don't know.
Neil Melanson. Yes, Neil Melanson.
Dennis Davis.
Nice. Those are all great coaches. So how long till after you walk into the gym, how long till you have your first fight?
I actually broke my arm pretty seriously, like after training at Extreme Couture for less than a year. So I had surgery and I didn't train for a bit. So then I moved to Florida, and then I fought in 2011. So I think I was training for like 2 years before that or something like that.
Where did you move to Florida?
Orlando. I went to like Tom Waller's old gym he used to own part of.
Wow. Now, why did you move to Florida? Hello? Great, you got into an accident. I told you that was going to happen. Jamie. Fuck, should we call her back?
Call her back.
Jamie. I have to know why she moved to Florida. All right, hold on.
On the next.
My guess is Jews.
Jews?
Yeah.
Come on. I mean Jews. What kind of guess is that? It's not even a guess. It's just saying Jews.
That's where they go.
They go to Boca. They don't go to Orlando.
Jews go to Florida.
They don't go
everywhere.
to... Hey, Jamie.
Hey, we're back.
Oh, we're back. So wait, so why did you move to Florida?
My mom was moving for work, and I wasn't really doing a whole lot out here, so I just said, hey, I'll go on an adventure, and that's what I did.
Nice. So then you went to a gym and you had your first fight out there. Now you're at Syndicate with a bunch of adorable, badass girls. What's that like?
It's cool. For a while, it was me and some other girls that are gone, but it's been me and Roxanne for a few years, and she's always awesome. And Jessie has recently came, and she's freaking badass. So yeah, there's a ton of girls, and it's really good. We're getting a good crowd, and it's always nice to train with women and have some other chicks to hang out with, you know?
Yeah. No, totally. It was awesome having you guys come to the show. You guys were just so funny. You guys were all giggling. It was really cool. And Jessie Jess is a very attractive girl. I could see why guys like her. You're all very attractive. But a lot of people liked Jessie's outfit that day. They commented on my Instagram. By the way, do you have a boyfriend?
No, I do not.
How come?
I mean, no reason in particular, you know, just, I'm just not the type to need one at all the time. So, you know, I'm patient enough to wait till I actually really like somebody, you know?
Are you on Tinder or Bumble?
I'm not, but, Sean Shelby was showing me all about Bumble the other day, so, you know, you never know.
I mean, I would think you're a catch. I mean, you're a very pretty girl, you're half Asian, you could fight, you got a good job, you're in the UFC. By the way, Renato Laranja just walked in. Renato, how are you?
I've been better.
Okay, we are on the phone with Jamie Moyle.
Oh, well, now I'm starting to feel a little better.
Okay, do you know who Jamie is?
Yeah, she's that little cute little munchkin.
You're the cute little munchkin?
He knows who I am?
Yes. Do you know who Renato is?
Hell yeah, I know who he is. I'm Vinny's student.
Oh, okay. I gotta go to the back.
Really? Renato and Vinny have a kind of a beef. That probably wasn't the best thing to say, Jamie. This is probably why you don't have a boyfriend. So you guys are interested, and then you say the wrong thing all the time. Now, are you still Vinny's student?
Yeah, he left Syndicate, like, I don't know, in the last year or whatever, but, yeah, I mean, I'm still under him. I'm still belted under him and everything. I've been to his new gym, like, only once, though, since he left.
What belt are you?
I've been a purple belt for, like, 2 years now.
Nice. Now, do you compete in grappling tournaments at all?
I haven't competed in grappling tournaments in over a year, but I used to compete in a lot of grappling tournaments.
Right. Now, has the UFC, have they contacted you about a new opponent or who you want to fight next?
Not yet, but I'm thinking the best way for me to get a fight is just to call somebody out. So I'm just gonna keep watching fights and then blow somebody up on Twitter.
No, let's do it right now, okay? We are gonna call someone out right now. We are gonna make history. We're gonna get some viral action. Who does Jamie, the Love Boat Moyle, want to fight next?
Ronda Rousey.
Oh, come on. I would actually bet on Jamie for that one. Besides for Ronda Rousey, who do you want to fight next?
I mean, honestly, I don't really have a name in particular. I went on Facebook and I asked some fans, you know, hey, who do you guys want me to see me fight? And some people said Randa Marcos. Some people said Ashley Daly.
Yep.
And I mean, I'll fight. I've always been a type of fighter who will fight whoever. I just want to fight. So to me, it doesn't matter who I fight. I just want to fight.
No, Renato, she's a purple belt under Vinny. Does that impress you at all or no?
Well, look, I don't want to, say nothing negative about the young lady. It might be it's to Vinny, not to her. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna give credit there.
Now she's half Asian. She's half Japanese. Now she doesn't have a boyfriend.
Okay. Now you're speaking my language over here.
Okay.
As if it mattered anyway.
Now, would this be a girl that you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I mean, interest, depend on what you call interest.
So like to take out on a date?
Yeah, I can take her out on a date and then I take her back inside to my fucking place.
Jamie, would you go on a date with Renato?
Yeah.
Well, that's a big surprise to everybody in the home, but not to myself. You have excellent taste, young lady.
Okay, nice. Now, Jamie, when a guy asks you out, what's your ideal date?
Netflix and chill.
Okay, now you're really speaking my language. Porra caralho, that's what I like.
You like Netflix and chill?
I like your Netflix and chill because while we are beating to drown the bush.
Right.
You know, you don't want to drown that one. You want to take it and let that one to flourish. And the best way to do that is at my house.
Right.
You know, because I'm gonna feed you the same stuff you're gonna get outside. I'm gonna feed you something to eat. I'm gonna feed you some alcohol, and also H&B music. So what the fuck else you want? And then you're in the comfort and the safety to my own home. You don't have to have girls undressing me with their eyes and you're feeling jealous and getting into a fist fight with girls out there and all that kind of stuff. And we're also gonna save some fucking money, porra.
Now, Jamie, are you kind of a jealous girl?
No, not really. I'm pretty chill.
That's even better.
What was your longest relationship?
I've had one serious relationship, and it lasted about 2.5 years.
Caralho, what was the longest dick you ever had?
Did he have a very long penis or no?
No comment.
No, that means no. Listen.
No.
No. Okay, so you had one long relationship.
Wait, how old that one?
Jamie's 27.
Oh.
Right, Jamie?
Okay, porra.
Yeah, 27.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, she's been aged to perfection.
Yes, age perfect. Yes.
This ain't her first barbecue.
Yes, this is not her first barbecue.
Hodeo.
Yeah.
This is not her first hodeo. Listen. Jamie.
Has she ever been with a light-skinned black guy?
Have you ever been with a light-skinned black guy?
Yes, I have.
Caralho.
Well, he was half, though. Does that count?
What was that?
He was half black.
He was half
Yeah,
black.
light-skinned that probably made him to be gorgeous.
I feel like there's a big connection here. Honestly, I feel like Jamie and Renato would be good. Although,
Well,
she's a nice girl though. You can't just try to have sex with the first night.
Well,
This
what
is
if she's want to use me like a piece of meat, you know? I mean, hey, look, she live in Las Vegas, you know? Whenever I find time to get down there, but, you know, you never know.
So, Jamie, right now, you seem like the kind of girl that a guy has to like, you know, put his time, wine and dine you, show you that he's real. You're not just going to put out right away, correct?
It's situational. I mean, sometimes you just want to skip all the nonsense and just have a hookup buddy, and sometimes you want to date somebody. If
you're ahead of
see
your
potential
time.
in that person, then maybe you want to go on a date with them. But I mean, Renato seems like the Netflix and chill kind of guy.
You know what? You're too smart to be out there with Vinny Margalation and all that kind of stuff. I like the cut of your jib.
All right.
I was gonna say this interview might get her kicked out.
Well, she
of
actually
the
left Vinny. Vinny got kicked out of Syndicate.
Oh, fucking perfect.
So,
But wow.
Or he left Syndicate. I don't get kicked out.
Who care about that guy?
Okay.
You know, I didn't know that today I was gonna find a connection with somebody. Porra.
This is the love connection
You're a
with Adam
woman after
Hunter.
my own heart.
well, listen, Jamie, Renato, I'm happy you guys have you know, she's adorable. She's 5'2". I know you're what, 6'1", 6'2"?
No, 6'6". I mean, you can make me 6'1", so then you can be taller. When you compare to me, you go, oh well, he's 6'1", so that means I'm, you know, at least 5'5" or whatever the fuck you think you are.
Right, I'm at least 5'5". Well, listen, Jamie.
Wait, Jamie, I can't remember. Do your cheeks on the back? Do you do a lot of squat and stuff where you have some nice cheeks?
Are you asking if I have a nice
Yeah, he's pretty much asking if you have a nice ass. Exactly.
booty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we're gonna work on that. You didn't have confidence about that, but I'm gonna help on that one.
So what would you tell her to about her butt to get?
Well, we're gonna see. I have to do a consultations first.
Okay.
And I do that one. That's all included. That's all inclusive.
Yes. Listen. This has been a love connection. We got to get Rashad Evans calling right now.
Never mind, Rashad.
Okay, Jamie, it was an honor to have you on the show. I am a fan for life. You are a sweetheart. You're a badass fighter. I love watching you fight. Thank you for coming on the show.
Don't forget to contact your uncle. Hanach.
Yeah, and contact Uncle Hanach.
All right, I'm gonna follow you on. I'm gonna DM you, Renato. You better reply.
That's not I got you. Don't worry, I'm gonna reply to that.
Nice. I like it. I like the way you work, Renato. I'm actually learning if I'm ever single again.
Yeah.
Listen.
You already fucking fucked that up.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Renato. Take care, brother. I mean, Jamie. Bye.
Wow.
All right. That was Jamie
all
Moyle.
twisted up over here.
I know. That was
the only thing that
I think
scared
she
me.
likes you, man.
The only thing that of course she likes me. The only thing that scared me is that her last name is fucking named after a rabbi who cuts a piece of your dick off, and while they eat a potato salad and a lean corned beef for her.
Does that actually concern you or not?
Well, what? She's not Jewish, no?
No.
God, okay. Then
What's
it's
her
okay.
father do?
Have you
Yeah.
ever had a half Asian?
Oh, has a bear shit the wood?
Yeah, they do. Shit in the
So
woods.
there you go.
Half Asian girls are great.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Oh, porra, I love that.
Full Asian?
Yeah, I had the full one, true.
Yeah.
But I also like the mix. I to tell you the truth, I love a mix of any kind of stuffs. Same, I mean, not to compare women's to a doggy, but I mean, I'm not trying
But
to
we're
be
about
disrespectful. No, but I also like, in a doggy, I'm attracted to the ones that have a different combination. More so than the one is the same thing. I like it. I go to the park. Go, who's that one? Who is that little?
It's like a mystery, right?
Well, but it's cute, and you never seen that one before. You go, what is that? And it's a different, unique style to that one.
I like that,
And
too.
I also feel that way about myself. I have a lot of mixes in there from Brazil. We have a lot of influence on there.
Hello?
Hello, Rashad Evans.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up? You're on the MMA Roasted podcast. It's me, Renato Laranja, CB, and Joe. You know Renato?
What'd you say? I missed you. What'd you say?
I'm here you're on the MMA Roasted podcast. I'm here with Renato Laranja. Do you know Renato?
Renato! Of course I do.
Of course he does.
Of course I do.
That's
The funniest, one of the most skilled black belts that I know, of course.
That's right. And you also is in my book. You're soul brother number 2, my brother.
Who's soul brother number 1?
So number 2?
That's soul brother number 1 is the James Brownie.
James Brownie. Gotcha. Now, Rashad, what's going on, man? How are you?
Oh man, I'm great, man. I'm good. Just getting back from the gym right now and getting some work in. So
Nice.
I'm good, man.
Now, how are the Blackzilians? I've heard mixed reports on the Blackzilians. Is everything okay there?
You heard? Yeah. I mean, we're gonna stay together, but what you probably heard is the fact that the gym has moved and stuff like that. So it's been creating a lot of talk, but we're still together. We train at this other place called Combat Club, which is not too far from where we were training at before. But it's just it's just a location change. But at the end of the day, we all still together.
Nice. So it's you, Anthony Johnson, Kamaru, all those guys. So
all those guys, man. I mean, there were a few people who definitely want to go and do something else, but for the most part, the core group of guys stayed together, and we're still going to do our thing.
Nice. Now, you were supposed to fight Tim Kennedy. You had some issues with the brain scan. You saw how Tim Kennedy fought Kelvin Gastelum. That was not the best Tim Kennedy we've seen. Were you watching that fight going, fuck, why am I not in there?
Yeah, man. It always hurts to see some easy money go out of your grips like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can all play money more to quarterback and be like, it's easy to say now, but at the end of the day, he didn't look good at all, and I think I would have smashed him, to be honest.
I think a lot of people would agree with that. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I knew Kelvin Gastelum is a tough cookie, and he's one of those dudes. He's just, but that was he made.
Yeah,
Calvin
is kind of like one of those dudes who is kind of it's kind of hard to really get a beat of how good he is until you get into the cage. Well, that's what it looks like, because just watching him, he doesn't look overwhelming. He doesn't do anything that I will side him and be like, wow, I need to watch out for that. Watch out for that. He does everything so, but he works hard and he pushes a good pace. And the fact that he's able to work hard and he pushes a good pace and he's decent everywhere, it makes him a tough competitor. And he has that awkward movement too. You know what I'm saying? So I think he caught Tim Kennedy sleeping a little bit. And also I think that with Tim Kennedy, when you have that break in between fights, you gotta kind of like cycle down a little bit so your body can recover. But I bet he just kind of like pushed it all the way through and didn't let his body chance to recover after we didn't fight in 205. He probably just kind of pushed it through, and then his body didn't hold out to perform well at 207.
What were we saying?
No, I was just saying that I think also Kelvin Gastelum is stronger than he appear. You know, I think he have one of that body. He have one of that body that when you see it, you go, that don't look like, he don't look like that intimidating, you know? And then, porra, you get in, like, you know who's like that to me? Like, if you saw
DC.
No, oh my God, he's the ultimate example. But like if you saw Cain Velasquez next to like Brock Lesnar and you didn't know the sport, you would go, I pray for the guy Cain Velasquez, you know, because he don't really look like that big, and he kind of look whatever, you know, and then motherfucker is strong, and he's fucking people up.
Yep, Hendricks also used to look like that too.
Well, Hendricks
and that's the worst feeling in the world. Like when you go in there and you expecting somebody to be at a level, and then you go in there, they're strong as shit, and you just like, God damn, they're strong, and they're awkward as hell, and then I'm getting frustrated. Then you go back to your corner, you're like, yo, y'all motherfuckers lied to me, because this dude is a lot different. You know what I'm saying?
Now, who do you think wins, Kelvin or who do you think wins, Kelvin or Vitor Belfort when they fight?
Ooh.
Oh man, it's tough, man. It's a tough one because Vitor, he still got it in him. He's still got a lot of power. He's still got a lot of technique with those hands and those feet and everything. But Calvin, he pushes the pace, and like I said, he's one of those guys. If you're not in shape, then you're gonna have a bad day. So
why black people always change why black people always change the name of people? We call that guy Calvin.
His name is Calvin.
It's Calvin.
Not Kevin, it's Calvin.
It's Calvin, porra.
It's Kelvin with an E, not Calvin like Calvin Hobbes.
Calvin.
We call that guy Calvin. I love that.
It's not like, Calvin got the job of making D's. Y'all remember that commercial? Calvin got the job of making D's.
It was Whack Arnold's.
Whack Arnold.
Now,
Calvin got a job.
Now, Rashad, what did you think of the Ronda Rousey fight? Where do you think Ronda goes from here?
We gotta break. Hold on, I want to know if you ever work at Mickey G's before that. Did you ever got a job?
I think that. Did I get a chance to work with her?
No. Before we got on to Honda House, did you ever had a job at a fast food and your whole black community was get behind you?
No, man. I fortunately enough, I never worked at any fast food place, but I worked at Sam's Club, and they were like, Rashad got a job at Sam's Club.
See, there you go. The black community got
like
behind you and was proud of you. You wasn't on drug or to do basketball or food stamps or something like that.
Or white chicks. Now, as far as Ronda Rousey, what are your thoughts on that fight? And what went wrong in your opinion?
A lot went wrong. For the most part, it appears that her isolating herself from the media was probably the worst thing that she could have done. And I say that because when you get there on fight week, which is the Tuesday before you fight, it usually allows your body and your mind and everything to adapt to where you are. So being there doesn't feel so foreign. And that's why it's good to go out there and meet the fans and kind of get used to the atmosphere that you're going to be competing in. But when you go out and you eliminate yourself out of that whole situation, and then you're living your normal life, but you're not including the fact that you're going to have to perform in front of all these people, then you're not doing yourself any service when it comes to fight night, and then now you're placed right dead in the middle of what you tried to avoid. Yes, she has had countless experience of being and dealing with the fans and everything, but as I know, the more you fight, it still is a mental process. It still is that same, okay, this just feels like new. I've done this a lot, but now I have a better routine to handle it. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't get that much easier to handle it. So when she kind of took herself out of that whole equation of just being part of the event, then in a sense she didn't do herself any favors on Friday night, because when she went out there, she was like, oh my God, this is so real. This is, you know what I'm saying? There's no one going to intervene and say, okay, it's over. Like this is the fight. and everybody yelling, you know what I'm saying, all those things that she avoided all week came back on her on Friday, and she was just probably sensory overload.
But what about all the work in the? What about the work in like the gym?
She got caught with that jab. She's like, "Oh shit, this is."
That's what I said.
This is bad. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
her mind, you see it happening. She's like, "Oh my God, it's happening again.
Oh.
It's happening again.
When I saw,
It's happening again." And happening again means that knockout from Holly.
yeah,
But what about all the work in the gym as far as like learning how to? What about shooting a double leg or a single leg or clinching?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, what about?
Well, see, yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Is like this. Well, whenever you're doing a fight, you have to think like, all right, well, this is what I do well, and this is what the other opponent does well. But at the same time, if I was to fight myself, this is how I would beat myself. This is what I would do. So this is probably going to be a game plan. And everybody knows that you don't even bait Ronda at all with any kind of ground game activity or any kind of grappling exchanges. So you got to know that you have to do whatever you can to get inside and work your game. Why was she so standing straight up and so tall and not having her no level changes, no nothing? I don't know. But when, as a wrestler, my main goal is to get somebody down on the ground, work some ground and pound, and then when I get back up to my feet, I can exchange with them. And then even if I'm not as good as they are exchanging, because I'm bringing that threat, it makes it easier for me to hit them, and then I can actually be the better striker. But when you don't have any threat of anything and you're trying to go toe-to-toe at their strength, then you're working at a disadvantage. And she walked right into everything. And that's another thing. I'm like, I don't think that she's sparring like how she needs to be sparring, because when you're sparring, you learn what to do when you get caught with a good shot. And the first thing you do is you keep it cool. You know what I'm saying? You the fines in there. You get hit with a shot, you swing, you move around, you do whatever you can do to not let that person know. You got to have a better game face. When she get hit, her shoulders popped up real tall. She got real stiff, and then she forgot about everything. It's like she didn't understand that you're going to get hit in a fight. That's just what happens. Like, that's the first thing I get comfortable with, is the fact that I'm going to get hit. And once you get comfortable with the fact that you're going to get hit, then it kind of takes a little bit of away from your opponent, because you're like, okay, whatever. I'm going to get hit, but I'm going to hit you harder, you know?
Do you think it's a case of women's MMA has caught up, or it's a case of Ronda has not evolved, or it's a case of she's just in it for the money and it was a big paycheck? I mean, she got, like, I remember saying to a fighter, like, I actually, like you said, like, you actually tweeted out that you felt sad for Ronda. And I kind of felt sad too, until I talked to a current UFC champion, I'm going to name nameless, and I was like, man, I felt bad. He goes, feel bad? She made $3 million. Yeah,
but that's not what we're talking about, money. You know what I'm saying? That's not, it ain't all about that. You know, you could have all that fucking money, and she's probably, would you trade fucking places with her right now? For the $3 million for that life? You want to have her life now?
No way.
Her life?
You want to have what? You want to be in her shoes right now? No, you don't.
She's
not me.
She's had quite an impact on people.
I understand that, but I'm saying the fucking hell that she's probably in right now. What he was talking about was the psychological stuff leading up to the fight, and on a bigger picture, way before that, you have to acclimate yourself to being around the people and being in that lifestyle. And you know, the fucked up thing is, when you're dealing with somebody who has already got depression, anxiety, all that kind of shit, and suicidal, all that kind of shit, it takes a long time to just get back to normal where you can walk outside the house. Okay?
Yeah.
So she got, once she got to the point of she can walk outside the house, all the vultures and all the leeches and all the fucking agents and everybody that has these deals in place for her, they go, okay, Honda, you had it. Then you look good. You had it to fight. And you don't know the pressure that's probably on this girl to all those deals that was fucked up.
Good.
If you win this fight, they back. We got all that money. We got all the deals, the TV shows, the fucking bullshit, the comic books, whatever the fuck. And now she's out there doing what she thinks she has to do for everybody else. Meanwhile, she's not even, her brain is still like, you know, in a full body cast. You know, it's still her brain still needs to heal. You know,
that's true, because like whatever it is, and that's the thing about it. It's like we all have our fuel system to say why we fight and what drives us and what pushes us to a certain level of competition. You know what I'm saying? For everybody, it's different. You know, for every fighter, it's different. But the fighters who are really, really good and stay that way for a long time, they know how to tap into it. They know how to tap into it. They know how to use and manipulate that at any given time. Some fighters who just kind of like blow up really fast and don't really understand what it is they're doing it, but they can kind of hit it consistently for a while. They don't know what to do when it all falls apart. You know what I'm saying? And a big part for her is the fact that, and then a big part for her was the fact that, you know, her confidence was one of those things that spurred her to do great things inside the octagon.
100%.
She was uber confident and knew that no matter what happens, she can find the armbar anywhere. It allowed her to be a different person. Allowed her to be a different person. But that's all fine and dandy to do that. But as we know, in a fight, you're really fighting when things don't go your way. That's when a fight really comes on. When you don't go, things don't go your way, and you may get your ass kicked every single round, and then finally somehow, some way, you pull it off. Like Anderson Silva against Chael Sonnen. Got his ass for 5 rounds, and then all of a sudden, towards the end, he ended up catching Chael.
Yeah.
He never stopped the fight. He never gave up. He never gave up on himself.
No, somebody who's actually,
and that's what that championship mentality brings.
That's what Joe was telling me about. There's a guy doing comedy now.
What's that?
There was like Joe was telling me, hey, there's a guy doing stand-up comedy now. What do you think? He's getting booked here, booked there. He's only been doing it for a couple months. And I said, well, we'll see how good he is when you're on stage and no one's laughing at minute 5 and you have to do 45 minutes. Or we'll see how good he is when he has to follow, you know, Greg Fitzsimmons, or he has to follow this guy, or he has to follow Joey Diaz, or he has to follow Rogan. Then we'll see if he's really a comic. It's one thing to do comedy when, you know, everyone is a fan of you already coming in and you kind of have it stacked. But when people aren't fans of you, or when they don't like you, or when they're
right,
that's when you know if you're funny or not. And I think kind of the same thing happens, like you said, with comedy, where it's, with fighting, where it's when you're not doing well, we'll find out if you're a fighter.
That's exactly
When
it.
did you find out that it wasn't working, that it was falling apart, Adam?
There are times all the time. I mean, I'll be on stage at fucking minute 11. I'm like, fuck. And last night I had to do a show, after the dime. I went to the parlor, and I pull up, and the comic Tripoli goes, it's fucking Vietnam in there, dude. Like, so that's what he tells me. He goes, it's Vietnam. I'm like, you gotta be kidding, right? So I like walk in there. It was a Penn State party before. So they were all there, and they saw Penn State lose to USC. So everyone has the fucking Penn State.
Wow.
And then there's 6 people watching. And and then someone goes to me and goes, you're not going on, are you? I go, why? They're like, you don't want to go on. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going on. I went on, I fucking rocked the place.
Oh, good.
Fucking killed it.
You know how to temper to feel the room out.
They wanted to hear jokes.
They wanted gallows.
Comics were going up there and one joke in, falling apart.
Yeah.
You know, 2 jokes in, going,
Right.
but it's like also, to me, it's like being a quarterback in football. Like you're a college star. You know, but all of a sudden you get to the pros and you get hit a lot quicker and a lot harder than you've ever been hit before.
So the fucking parlor, bar and grill is the pros now?
Well, you got to stay in the pocket. Is what I'm saying.
You're not going to have anything in your pockets if you keep doing
You
that
got
kind
to.
of shit.
You got to stay in the pocket.
What were you saying, Rashad?
But that's what it is. Like, so if I was coaching Ron, it's like, yeah, you can say Edmund and do this and then do that, but whatever the case could be, I think that a lot of people that was collectively involved in her decision to come back, you know what I'm saying? Somebody should have been like, and I'm speaking, but I don't really know what was going on behind closed doors, but I would think that hopefully somebody back there was like, yo, I know you don't want to do this, but at the end of the day, you can't neglect not do this because this is an inconvenience for you, but at the end of the day, when you're done with it, it's going to be a bigger tool for where you're ultimately going to be, which is the cage. Like, you can't, I get doing some of the media obligations because, honestly speaking, for the longest time, they had way too many media obligations for us fighters to do, and it was to the point where it's like, y'all motherfuckers realize I do got to fight on Saturday, right? And you want me to give you all your sound bites, but you can get a shitty performance if I don't take my mind off it the right way. And that's another thing is because, like, for me, whenever I'm doing a fight week or whatnot, I decide on when I'm going to give the attention to the fight. And then when I'm not giving that then when I'm done with my media obligations, I let it go. So all week I'm not carrying around the baggage of I gotta fight. You know how fucking exhausting that is. Like if you're walking around all day, every day, thinking fight, and that you can't get a rest.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But if you allow yourself to have certain time to think about it, cool. And then when you're done, you turn it off. I'm done. I want to, lay up with my boo or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, whatever relaxes you, you're able to do that because you compartmentalize it. But when you just leave it all up to just, I don't want to do it, then you got to remember that the whole time, and that becomes your focus. Fight. That's exhausting.
Now, someone said that Brennan Schaub had said that her legs were shot, which is why she can't shoot a double leg or a single leg. She can't put that kind of pressure on her knees.
Oh.
Do you think that's true?
No.
I don't know. I can't really speak for her physical condition. I mean, but I do know people it really gets hard to take a shot, but at the end of the day, I'm not taking a shot to where I'm going on my knees. This is MMA. We don't shoot like that.
Yeah,
and if somebody's teaching you to shoot where you got to hit your knee, you need to fire that fucking wrestling coach because that's not what you do in MMA. And then besides that, it's slower and it opens you up for a lot more. See, the art of wrestling in MMA is just like every other technique. It's the art of deception. I'm going to take you down when you think I'm going to strike, and I'm going to and I'm going to land that strike when you think I'm going to take you down. And that's how it works. If I can't fool you to make you think that I'm going to do another technique, then it's not going to work because we're all good enough, we're all professional enough to know how to stop a double leg for the first time or you know what I'm saying, or to make it at least hard so you get tired when you're doing it. So if you're not able to mix it up or show you doing one thing but really doing another, then you shouldn't be fighting at this level.
Yeah, that's
just the truth of the matter. And she's good enough, but at the end of the day, she lost her confidence.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why she lost her confidence is because that she's most likely only working on one aspect of it, and that's just, yeah, it's great to be like, okay, I can hit mitts and these mitts are awesome, but when you get into the fight, the mitts don't mean shit. The mitts don't mean nothing. Actually, the mitts don't mean nothing when you get into the fight. If you get into a fight, she should be able to only use a jab and still be able to dominate inside of her position because she's so strong. And all her boxing coach or stand-up guy would have to be is like, listen, I'm going to teach you how to work off this jab, but everything that's transitioning to where you want to be. Transition to the clinch. Because she has people so paranoid, that's a tool. All she has to do, imagine if she did one level change. You know, the reaction that she's going to get from anybody she fights, oh my God, Ronda, she's going to get me down. They can't help but think about it because that's all they train for the last 10 weeks is how to stop Miles from taking you down. So the minute you show takedown, no matter what they wanted to do, they're going to freeze when they see you do what they've been learning not to let you do for the last 10 weeks. So you see you use your advantage and then you use it in a way that opens you up for other things, and that's what she's not doing.
Now, two guys that you fought are fighting in 2 weeks. Chael Sonnen versus Tito Ortiz. Two guys you have a win over. Who wins this fight?
Man, it's tough, man, because I really haven't seen Chael compete lately, and that's pretty much it. But if I was to guess, I'll probably say Chael.
But Tito was a lot harder fight for you, though.
Say that. Huh?
Tito was a lot harder fight for you. I mean, Chael, you just smoked in one round. Tito, it was a pretty close fight. I mean, that was 27 years ago. But
here's the thing about it. Tito is surprisingly one of the strongest guys I ever fought in my life. Like, I remember the first time I fought Tito, he grabbed a hold of me, and I looked across the cage, and I'm like, I couldn't help but just be so mad in my corner, like, you motherfuckers didn't tell me he was like this.
Yeah, he had the big hands and that big head and stuff.
He was ridiculously strong, and I'm mad at my corner because I'm just like, these dudes sat up here and lied to me the whole camp. Now I got this gorilla on top of me, and I can't get him off. You know what I mean? So, with that said, if he comes and he uses that pressure, then Chael might be in trouble. But here's the thing, though. Tito's a very mental fighter, and I don't know how he mentally feels about Chael. Like, I don't know if he feels like Chael is a more dominant one, because if you feel like Chael is a more dominant one, then it's not going to take much for Chael to impose his will for you to be like, yo.
Chael, there's a video of them wrestling in college, and Chael beat the shit out of him in college. I mean, he threw him on his head and pinned him in, I think, the first round. It was pretty awesome throw. But, that's college wrestling. This is fighting.
That's college wrestling, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, this is a go pick 'em, to be honest. It's really
agree.
hard for me to pick this one.
So I remember last time you said that you were dating a lot of girls in Miami. You were going around. It was like, you know what, Rashad time. Is that still the case, or is it one chick? What's going on?
Yeah. I'm just, I'm not really too worried about that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got other things on your mind, like getting money and doing what you need to do to, end your career on a good note. All the other shit, the girls can go there at the wayside. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the reality. I can get a girl I'm really sweet on and stuff like that, and then she's gonna be like every other girl that didn't work out, because she's gonna want too much attention. She's gonna want me to do this, and
that's what I go through, young blood.
I'm already married to what I want to do, to the point where, for me, it's like, yo, I gotta do what I need to do, not only just from an ego standpoint, but for my kids. You know what I'm saying? And me,
that's where you lost me on the kids.
All in love. Yeah, trying to be all in love. That ain't gonna feed my kids, man.
Renato, do you have any advice, Renato, for Rashad Evans when it comes to girls?
Well, I say, the kids part, I already gave them the greatest gift of all, that you can give. Not even Santa Claus can give them that, something better than that. So once I gave them that, and they got the name and everything like that, they gotta get out there and pull themselves out to the bootstrappy and get out there and do something, okay? Because I got a lot of other stuff to do, okay? And I can't be burdened with that either. The same stuff he said about women who's hang on, that's the children who is hang on to me like that. And it can be it's like an albatross.
So what would you do if you were Rashad Evans right now?
Rashad, he don't have to, he's a good looking young brother. He have some dimples on there and some white chief. And he need to, to get out there into the club. He need to get out there, where you can find a good lady in church. You can find a good, nice lady like that. But, you don't want to hang on to that girl. You don't want to give them that false hope.
Should Rashad go for white girls, Cubans, black girls?
He can't do all that one. He's near Miami, porra.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you can have a little bit of everything you want out there. I probably go for the Cuban one or the Puerto Rican one, porra.
The Puerto Ricans?
All that stuff. He can have all that one. He can use the fame. Yeah, Rashad. I wish, Rashad, you would grow out a Jerry curls or something like that, though, to switch up the flavor. I can't imagine how gorgeous.
Hey, Renato, I was watching something you did when you were talking about DC, and you was like, yeah, the one who looks like He-Hun.
Oh, yeah.
When you said he looked like Rerun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I was on the floor. He looked just like Rerun.
Yeah, he's looked like Fred Berry. I thought it was, to tell you the truth, I'm not lying. I thought it was that guy. Until Kenneth Florian said, no, that's a different guy. I was flabbergasted. What he have a great look to him, though.
Yeah.
I remember when DC had gotten a chance to go, the Doobie Brothers gave him a chance to go to the concert.
Oh yeah, I see that one. He's stealing music, right?
That's right. And then DC was in there with a tape recorder. And he recorded against the wishes of the Doobie Brothers, and they was very disappointed to him.
Well, Rashad, when are you coming out to LA?
Man, I'll be out there in a couple weeks, man. We gotta get together, man, and do something. And I like if we can do something like this more often.
Oh, I would love that. Now, I remember last time you told me that you were thinking about doing stand-up comedy. Are you still thinking about it?
Yeah. I'm still thinking about it. I'm thinking of, because how long do I got to do to be like I did it? Like how long? Like minutes? Like how many minutes?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Are you serious?
You know what? It goes quicker than you think. It goes quicker than you think, my brother. Because you got to think about it this way. You're going to have space in between the jockey. And also sometime you're going to have a little crowd, he action. And like you can fuck with people in the audience a little bit. So at first you think, porra caralho, that 10 minutes. How I'm gonna did that? But you can do that.
No, he actually wouldn't get off stage. They told you 2 minutes. They told him 2 minute light, and then he goes, "Oh, peace, peace." He started. They thought it was like the peace sign.
Listen, I had to give the people what they want. Okay, they was clamoring for me at that fucking awards. You wasn't there, Rashad? You was at the award show when I did the comedy stuff.
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Man.
What a shame. Chiron Woodley's was there with that sweet chocolate drop that he have. That
she's beautiful. She's got 4 kids. That girl.
Yeah, poor her. If she's not careful, she's gonna have
chocolate
another one.
Well, listen, Rashad.
It's gonna be Chips Ahoy on there.
Listen, Rashad, it was great to talk to you. Have a great New Year. Any word on your next fight?
Man. No, I'm looking to set something up in the spring, man. You know, with the whole thing with the medical situation in New York, that kind of messed me up for a little bit, man. And that's the thing about it. It's if I get one bad report or one commission has a problem with anything, and I fail, then all the other commissions pretty much will follow suit because they don't want to be. And that's happened in New York. New York, I got to fail. And then after that, every other commission was like, "Oh no, we don't want them here because if something happens to them and they said no, then we'll be the state who, said yes, and we messed up." So going through that whole thing, it was tough, man. It was real tough. I did everything I needed to do, and it still just wasn't enough.
It's a process, young blood, whereby they don't want a young, good-looking brother to succeed. You dig?
They're trying to keep a brother out, huh?
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to figure. I'm like, ain't this some shit?
Let me try to ask you one more stuff before you leave. I was watching that video where Bernard Hopkins gave you some advice. Did you ever figure out that hide hand he's doing?
Did I figure out the move he was teaching me?
Yeah. Did you ever perfect that shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I figured it out. God,
yeah, I love that guy.
Doing it.
I love Bernard Hopkins, man. Fuck.
He's the best, man. He's the best, man.
Wow. One of my favorite all time.
Well, thank you, Rashad. Have a happy New Year, brother.
All right, man. Happy New Year to y'all. Good talking to you.
Happy New Year, Rashad.
That was Rashad Evans. That was
a nice guy. I like that guy. I think he have the personality where he could definitely do some comedy stuff. Yeah. Or he could also host some stuff. I mean, that guy, I feel like he's gonna hit a second wind after fighting. He's one of that people that have a good personality.
Absolutely.
For him,
and he's such,
why you cross your arms when you said that? You're showing that you don't believe that, and you're scratching your nose. You don't believe in Rashad.
Think about the guys that he's beaten too. I mean,
it's called no shit. You're one of that guys. Hold on, never mind.
Forrest Griffin.
Why you keep it freezing in here where I gotta wear a jacket?
Okay, I'll turn the heat on.
Listen, at home audience, and you can call in or whatever you need to do. What kind of fucking joint he's hunting over here, where you have a celebrity guest coming in here, and you don't have a heat, the natural heat that I deserve.
So how are you, man? How was your New Year?
My New Year was nice. I hang in the New Year with some sweet punching.
By the way, I saw Jay Heron's girlfriend came to my show.
Oh God, are you by herself or with Jay Heron?
With Jay Heron.
What a fucking what a nightmare. Wow,
man, she's beautiful.
See, that's torch.
That's torch.
Because why I want to see that when
now, did you spend it with one of your girlfriends or just a random girl or
with a nice girl that I know?
Yeah,
that was Mexican and have it triple D's on there.
Really?
Yeah, I like the natural.
Natural D's?
Triple.
Natural triple D's?
Yeah,
so she was a thick girl?
No, that's the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Not even that very thick, yeah. Just, one of the ones where they blessed with, like in the movie,
I love that Joe shakes his head.
You know that. Well,
exactly.
Oh God, are you, Joe? You ain't had pussy. Says pussy had you, my brother. Listen. Just as I'm telling my story, this guy's going to the bathroom.
Come on, go get
I thought you was going in there to jerk yourself off. Listen, but she have some nice breasts. It's like that. In the movie Boogie Night.
Yeah.
You know how he said, like, I guess people got one special thing, just one special thing. You know when he's talking about his big dick that God gave him, and God was bless her with some nice titty like that.
Now, why does he sound like Alan Juban all of a sudden?
Well, because he and Alan Juban have a very similar cadence, except for Alan Juban sound like a southern, he sound like a cross between like a black guy from the South, but if he was Dirk Diggler, Marky Wahlberg in the Boogie Night.
Gotcha. Now, did you watch the World Series of Fighting at all?
No.
John Fitch versus Jake Shields.
Let me tell you something. World Series to Fighting, if you're listening, show a fucking commercial or a billboard or a tweet. I only hear about fucking World Series to Fighting when somebody tell me that they saw it already. That's the worst fucking PR.
They don't have the budget for it.
I never seen anything in my life.
Madison Square Garden, New Year's Eve,
They
no
never
budget.
fucking tell you.
And they only have Super Bowl weekend, Madison Square Garden, Thanksgiving, the worst possible times.
Sometimes it's a great fights.
They're great. They are great fights.
If I accidentally come across that shit, I go, oh, fucking World Series to Fighting.
So John Fitch beats Jake Shields. He retired after the fight.
How the fuck
it was a grappling competition. Like,
okay, but did anybody land any nice ones or nothing?
No, exactly what you'd expect.
But it wasn't exactly. Yeah, that kind of matchup is one of those ones that's interesting for grappling people.
It could have been Meta Morris.
But for the average fan, Pohad, that's not a crowd pleaser. Yeah.
No, and then I feel bad for Paul Bradley because he fought Yushin Okami.
Which part of feeling bad? The split decision or the fact that he was a post-lim?
Yeah, they put it on after the fight was over.
Oh, you know what?
It was a swing fight.
I'm against. It wasn't on TV.
I was on the website.
I'm against post-lim. You mean they actually put it?
They did.
They showed it afterwards, or they
No. So here's what happens. They had a little bit of the undercard on NBC Sports, and then they had the card on NBC, and it was like 4:00 in the afternoon on New Year's Eve. So they do their four.
That's depressing.
They do their four. They know they can't contend with nighttime, but they do their 4 title fights. They had 4 different title fights, and then they're like, what was the last one?
If Justin Gaethje goes over
fight.
3 rounds, under 3 rounds, then they'll show it.
They'll show it or they'll do it.
No, they'll show it.
Because it happened already.
If it went over,
no, it didn't happen already.
No, it didn't happen yet.
Yeah, they'll
Paul
show
was
it on
sitting in the
TV
back.
if the fight goes under 3 rounds.
Most...
And the worst part, the fight was stopped in the 4th round going in. They didn't even start the 4th round. It was doctor stopped
that's
this guy.
And then they put it on the website, but Paul Bradley's in the back during the main event going, I don't know if I'm going to be on TV
That's
tonight.
not a good thing to do to fighters, man.
And all his sponsors were like,
I don't like
it. He told them they were going to be on TV.
I don't like it.
You had to go to WSOF.com.
I don't feel like that make any fucking sense. And
it's Yushin Okami. It's not even like two guys never heard of. We're talking about a guy that fought silver for the title, Yushin Okami.
And then Bradley was big in Bellator.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they do that. And I've commented some low level, MMA shit and some amateur ones where they do the same shit when like the title one happens and then they put some poor motherfuckers out there who never had a fight,
Yeah.
And they have them there hosting in the back, scared and waiting the whole fucking night.
Did that. Remember we were there at Bellator?
Yeah, why they do
always
that shit?
do post-lims.
And then what the thing is the guy have to wait all that fucking time, adrenaline. Let the fucking guys get it out over with.
They did it at UFC 100.
Then,
John Fitch's fight wasn't John Fitch, I think.
After.
John Fitch, Mike Pierce was the last fight.
The Justin
after
Gaethje
Brock.
fight, by the way,
that was awesome.
Gaethje is a very exciting fighter. He's 14-0.
I know who he is. I like the way he fight a lot.
But I think that if the fight wasn't stopped, he might have lost that fight.
I think he would have lost that fight.
Who he fought?
Luis Firmino from the Brazilians.
I know the name, but I can't put a.
I'll show you.
Guy was good. Guy was really good.
They were just exchanging.
And he has one of those things where he's hands down, taking punches.
Gaethje's a beast, boy.
Dre the Bull won, and Smelino won. I was happy. Smelino Rama, you know him?
I don't know. Smelino?
He's a good guy. He's Greek. He's been on the podcast, but then he was like living in Canada, but he wasn't allowed back in Greece because of some issues.
How you spell Smelino?
Smeal.
INO.
INHO, Smelinho, I think.
In Brazilian, that's Smelinho.
But he actually beat Jake Hune.
Okay.
And then there was some good fights on there. There was actually some decent fights.
It was a good night.
World
Marlon
Series.
Moraes is a fucking
Now,
tough dude.
the Gabby Garcia versus the grandmother fight. Did you watch this fight?
I don't watch that kind of stuff.
On Ryzen?
I don't watch that. I watched some of the Heisen stuff, the one with King Mo.
Yeah, King Mo.
I was rooting for King Mo. You look, he just caught a bad one in the, I mean, he had that fight in the bag, but it happened. But he caught his corner kept saying, take it down. And it felt like he was just doing it to do what they told him.
Yeah.
Cause he's trying to be a good, a team player. And I feel like it might not have been the best advice right there. And he kind of forced that check down, and then they got the uppercut. But it's okay.
You think he underestimated Krokop's power?
I don't feel so. But no, I don't think so, because he looked good he looked good every moment of the fight until that fucking.
I had heard he said
stuff.
he thought it was fixed, that it shouldn't have been stopped.
Who thought it was fixed?
King Mo said that someone said in the post-fight interviews, he said the fight was fixed. He thought it was fixed. Or maybe
I didn't hear none of that shit, because I heard afterwards was praise for. Was he spec for Krokop?
Okay, then
and
that was
also
wrong.
he was classy. He was more classy than I've heard in a long time on anybody.
That wasn't true.
Yeah, and he was saying that he was like, good luck to all of you guys, and
good.
And all his concern was put on a good show for these Japanese fans, because they deserve that.
I like King Mo.
I like King Mo a lot too. He's a friend to mine, and he's we talk about stuff. We text. It's like we're a pen pal. And King Mo out there.
Now, Joe, last time.
Here we go with this guy.
Where'd the Gabby Garcia thing go?
Gab Garcia.
Oh, the Gabby Garcia versus grandmother.
I don't want to see shit like
was
that.
One of the funniest. I was laughing out loud. You're right. It was ridiculous. It never should have happened. Why is she fighting 52-year-old grandmothers?
Actually, no, the 52 dropped out. It was 48.
Okay. What are we doing here?
Well, then she's running off the fucking ropes, like doing fucking crisscross like a wrestling match.
It's one.
You see, yeah, it did. It was funny. I got to admit, I laughed.
The post fight was worse.
What I think they should do is do something. If you want to have shit like that, like you remember, I just popped into my mind.
Yes.
You know how there's strip clubs, okay?
Yeah.
Now we go to strip clubs for, mainly, to see naked girls, to, enjoy that stuff, have them hub on your dick and stuff like that.
Right.
But then there was a place, maybe it's still around, I don't know, but it was called Jumbo's Clown Home.
Still around.
Okay. Now that place you go, not necessarily to see the finest girls in the world. I don't know what it is now, but back in the day,
Yep.
and it was more like you see odd shit, and it was more like you have a laugh, and it's like some old burlesque, crazy, weird shit.
Yep.
And maybe there's a bitch with a wooden leg.
Courtney
and-
Love worked there. By the
Okay,
way.
yeah, exactly, that kind of shit. And you see some stuff that's like, it's sexual, but it's like more of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I feel like if you're gonna do some shits like this, make the whole card, make an organization that's only do crazy shit.
Yeah.
Where you have a fucking pro wrestler versus a karate guy versus a kung fu guy does yoga.
Yeah, but Pride used to have those kind of mismatches.
I understand that. And a lot of crazy shit happened with Pride. But when we get into the stuff, I don't want to make people who don't know MMA to think it's a bunch of garbage bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So when you mix that bullshit in with the heel stuffs, it's make the whole thing look like a bull.
I think that Gabby Garcia, though, is just having a hard time fighting fights.
I understand that, but come on.
Well, but did you see the post fight where the other chick jumped in the ring?
The other grandmother?
No, it was like she was. I don't know who the fuck she was. Like Jazzy.
Did you watch the fight at all?
I didn't watch the fight.
You
It's distasteful. Look, it's the same.
40
it's the same
seconds
stuff.
out of your life.
Okay, I'll watch the fucking fight. But you know what the thing is distasteful to me because, like, I like to watch people who know how to fight. I don't like to watch bum fights.
Yeah.
Like, you know how people like to watch that shit, bum fights or
Yeah.
felony, whatever the fuck. The reason why I find that to be distaste is because you got a lot of times one person better than the other guy, and they just beating the dog shit out of somebody, and that's to me, that's I don't know, that's not my bag.
Well, like and
Okay,
to
but you gotta see this fight.
to respond to that point, like.
Let me.
Gabby Garcia, amazing jiu-jitsu player.
Yeah.
Like, should be doing jiu-jitsu. These fights she's taking, this fight was stupid. The girl's running the fucking ropes. And then afterwards, did you see the post fight where the
Yeah.
other girl jumped in the ring? Was
Yeah.
like, I'll fight you right now. And then Cyborg's holding fucking Gabby back, and they had like 9 people separating him. If Saki
The
Kabara,
look, by the way, on Hanato's face right now.
He's just confused.
I really
That's
wish
how we
had
all were.
I really wish we had video.
But like, if Saki Kabara is trying to remake Pride, this is not the way to do it.
I
Look,
agree.
Gab Garcia, I'm not taking nothing away from her. You know, I like Gab Garcia, you know, and
Yeah.
she's a nice girl, and she's tough, and she's, you know, she's a great jiu-jitsu stylist. But this kind of stuff, I don't think it makes people to take her seriously as an MMA
she
fighter.
can't feel good
and
about
I want
this.
people to take her. I want her to do good, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't.
she's probably making a ton of
fighting
money for this.
She's making a ton of money, but
She's
you look
fighting
at it,
somebody that looked like
the rest of the card was good though.
Yeah,
it looked like a Gary Busey. or what does she look like to me? And she's wearing like an affliction cross on there.
Just wait.
Wait till the fight
She's
starts.
wearing a pro wrestling attire.
Yeah, what does she look like? Gold dust.
She has like a Nick Nolte thing going. Yeah.
More that true.
Yeah.
She have the
It gets
hair.
way worse.
But wait till the fight starts. I don't think she knew that this was a real fight. I think she thought this was
I'm wondering if
wrestling.
she thought it was a wrestling match.
Well, that's another issue I will talk about in a second.
She goes against the ropes.
And then Gabby just catches her.
She threw a kick like Humphrey Bogart in The Big Sleep. What the fuck is going on here? This is worse than I was imagining in my wild dream. Oh, caralho. Oh, I hope the people at home, audience is watching this at the same time as I'm watching. She's just clobber Lang.
And that's it.
And she's on the fetus position. Back to the garbage dump.
But Hanato, so after this ended, another woman got in the ring, grabbed a microphone, and said, "I'll be a real test for you, Gabby." And then Gabby grabs a mic, says some stuff in Portuguese, and then says, "I would fight you right now." They get head to head.
would. They should just do that.
And it took 9. They wanted to, and then it took 9 people to separate them. Cyborg's holding Gabby back, and it just looks stupid.
Look at the text, by the way, who that was to, and what he wrote. It was to Mike Pyle, right?
Wait.
I sent that video to Mike Pyle, and look what Mike Pyle wrote back. He goes,
Well, hey, that's a good sense of humor.
yeah, he goes, that was almost as bad as my fight.
That's a good sense of humor.
I'm surprised he was awake.
Mike Pyle is cool to say that. I like Mike Pyle. You know, hey, look, nothing against Mike Pyle. Everybody get hit every once in a while,
Pyle's
man.
a legend.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, the kid hit him with a good shot. What are you fucking gonna do about it? It
Otherwise,
happened.
Ryzen was good. The 2-day tournament and the other fights.
I was
were
kind of happy.
good.
Look, I wanted King Mo to beat Crow Cop. Nothing against Crow Cop, but you know, just because you know I like King Mo, and also he's younger and got more stuff to his legacy. But after that happened, I was glad that Crow Cop won the whole shit. You know, it was like nice to see Crow Cop back in
Big
the
win
mix
for
and
him,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
I went over King Mo.
I like Crow Cop a
big
lot.
Feather in your cap.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that. I want to, but then when he beat the other the Arab guy.
Yeah.
Ali Akbari.
Why are you making fun of people?
Are you talking about after he beat King Mo?
What his name?
Isn't his name Ali Akbari?
Oh, I thought you was talking about what is that one? It's Ali Oxen.
no, Ali
So
Akbari.
anyway,
won the tournament.
by the way, so last time you came, Joe was talking about how he sometimes masturbates to tranny porn.
Okay.
Or transgender porn. Yeah. They don't like being called trannies.
Whatever.
Okay,
you know?
so now recently he told me something happened over the weekend. He wanted to tell us, but he wanted to wait for you to come because he thought that maybe you'd want to hear about this. Joe, what happened?
I may never come from this though.
Go.
Actually, a couple things happened, but the first thing I just wanted to get your guys' opinion because I'm pretty sure it's happened to all of you guys.
Okay.
So I was home alone. I think this is like Saturday. I was home alone.
Okay.
It's during the day, like at noon or something. Maybe it was 10 a.m. in the morning, and I texted a girl. This is actually the girl who
Is this
wanted
New
me to
Year's
stab
Eve?
her.
This is New Year's Eve?
There was a girl that likes to cut herself during sex, and Joe whipped out a machete that he had under his bed, and then she wouldn't let him cut. I wouldn't let him cut her.
Yeah, so this is the same girl. Yeah, this is Saturday, New Year's Day.
Right.
Anyways.
Okay.
So I texted her to come over. She comes over. I'm home alone. And we start to make out on my bed for a couple minutes. And then, this has nothing to do with the story. she like starts to burp while we're making out like multiple times. It's
Right.
disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on?
She was drinking some beer or something like that.
Something like that.
Why would that happen to us
Did you
multiple
feed her
times?
beer?
No, that's not the part that I'm talking
Did you
about.
give her
go
some
on.
beer?
I think
or
she was
what?
trying to
she
throw
just
up in his
ate
mouth.
I think she ate a massive meal before she came over.
So what happened?
Why? You gotta.
So what happened?
So she says, no, I say, all right, you ready to get busy? And she's like, yeah.
That's a good one. A good line.
Are you ready to get busy? Go on.
Where where you getting your pickup lines from? Like New Jack Swing music. You're listening to Chetty Hiley.
So what? So
Fucking
you
guy.
said, "Are you ready to get
Saying,
busy?"
you headed to get
She
busy?
get ready to get busy, and she says, I gotta tell you something though. And I said, what? And she says, I'm on my period.
I need have aid.
Okay.
I said, all right.
You know what's funny though? I have
Okay.
Cut this. I actually over the weekend I was with my girl and she was on her period and I was like, it's okay. I'm willing to get blood on my sword, right? Which was something that Angie
fun.
Hill tweeted out, and then she's like, "Get off the bed!" Kicked me out of the room for saying that.
Wow.
But it was okay. We both started
It
laughing.
wasn't a romantic moment.
It wasn't.
Your most romantic
it
moment.
was hilarious though. She as a joke, she was laughing. Go on. What
So
happened?
I said, no big deal, whatever. Just, I've never done that before.
And
Actually,
how well you know the girl?
I've only made love with her one other time. and
Oh,
that's
you
it.
made love. Okay.
Go
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
But
I don't think he knows the difference between fucking, having sex, and
Yeah.
making love.
Making love, huh?
Go on.
But this isn't my first rodeo. I've been with the girl while she was on her
Ooh.
period. But
Yeah.
she,
Okay.
we were in the shower, and so that doesn't really count. And plus, that's the first girl that made me stick it in her ass.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So that's whatever. That was in the
for you.
shower.
She made you.
Congratulations.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. You're on your period, whatever. So I go in after like 2 minutes of love making. I look down, and there is blood everywhere, all over my bed, all over me.
Now, was she a cutter or was it her period?
It was a period.
What the fuck did you expect?
Yeah,
I didn't know women bled out of the
Did she
vaginas
cut her
like
vagina?
Okay.
Did you not go to fourth grade sex ed?
I didn't know it was. I thought it was like their
Stevie was
ovaries
there last
bled.
week.
Yeah,
Their ovaries
I had to
bled.
learn.
I didn't know
All
it
right.
came out of
So
the
then what
vagina.
happens? That's okay, right?
So you didn't know it.
No, wait,
Wait, hold on, my brother.
Wait, do you do your own laundry?
Go on.
No.
Okay, I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Okay. So when she said that she have a period, okay? What did you thought that mean?
Well, first of all, I thought it was just all the blood stayed inside. That's why you wore a tampon.
No.
I didn't know it actually poured out.
So
of
if
the
it stays
vagina.
inside with a tampon, why the fuck you need a tampon?
You never had a wait. Don't you have a sister or a mom?
Yeah, I have two sisters and a mom.
And,
Oh
and,
my
and like you
God.
never went like sometimes when it was that time and you look in the toilet and there's fucking blood in there.
No,
You never saw that one?
no.
bloody
Introduction to sex
tampon?
ed with Joe Perez.
All right.
It's depressing when you see your mom tampon floating in there.
In the toilet bowl.
Yeah, or you see that part and there's blood, that dark blood, and then you was gonna jerk off in the toilet, and then you see that, and then you go, fuck.
You jerk off in the toilet?
Well, when I was like, well, I don't jerk it like, but when I was sitting to the toilet, and then because it didn't have a privacy nowhere.
Yeah.
Was that back in the favelas?
Yeah, and they used to, my mommy, I think she was sensed that I was doing that stuff in there.
Why? Because you were in there the whole time?
I was in there for too long. Like where my leg is fall asleep, and then I was really getting after it, and then my mommy was knock on the door. She said, "What's going on in there?" And I said, "Somebody is in here." Like you give the hung answer. They go,
Yeah.
you say, "What's going on in there?" I mean, somebody's here.
Yeah.
And then they know what the
They
fuck
knew you
is
were
going
lying.
on. Yeah.
All right, so Joe, so what happened?
So my sheets are all covered in blood. I
Yeah.
put a towel down just to make sure, and the towel's covered because
So
she
you
was
put
like
a
she was
towel down,
embarrassed.
you
No, she
fucking
told me to do it
dummy.
because she was embarrassed. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
but you put a towel down, but you didn't know that something was gonna come out. Why the fuck you thought she put a towel down, smart guy?
Listen, I thought the blood. I didn't know it squirted out like that.
Well, it don't fucking squirt out. I don't know if she's squirting out blood, then something's
Yeah, it doesn't squirt out. Now, did you did you go in raw?
What do you mean?
Like, did you? What do you mean? What I mean?
Was your penis covered with something, or
wore a
it was
condom or
Wear a
no?
condom.
you wore a plastic on there?
Yeah, this time I did.
Which
Okay.
time? You wore a plastic bag on there for to cover the blood, to shield you from the blood,
Yeah, but
or
the
from
first
the
time-
AIDS.
No, from the. Well, Adam always tells me to wear condoms, so I said, all right, well, I have a condom laying around. Might as well use
No,
it.
your condom was covered in blood too. Then.
Oh, everything was covered
Okay,
in blood.
so listen. Here's the deal. If a girl tell you she's on a period, and then you say, "Hey, look, let's still fuck," you better I don't care what come out of there, whatever kind of funky stuff's come out of there. You better accept that one because they already got a complex about that shit.
Yeah.
Because some girls not gonna do it because they're embarrassed. Okay. They think maybe it's gonna smell fucked up or, something's gonna come out. And they're embarrassed, Girls, they don't even want to fart in front of you, let alone let the blood and guts spill out all over your dick and your bed. Okay.
Okay.
So now, if you're gonna enter into that agreement, you better act like it's fucking normal and it's all good because, just like if a pussy fart, if a queef happened while you fucking and it go, when you can't go, ew, bitch, why you?
The first time I ever had sex, the girl queefed, and I swear to God, I actually took her legs, put it over her head because all I do was watch porn, and that's how you fucked, basically.
Yeah.
And then I heard, I go, was that you or me? And she was like,
You was always working on your comedy career.
I had no idea that girls could fart from their vaginas.
Well,
And she-
then, to be fair, it's not really a fart.
yeah, right.
It's just your
smell.
dick.
Yeah.
It's your dick forcing out air. You know what I'm
It
saying?
kept going though. We didn't
I know
stop.
because there was fucking air up there.
I was scared.
You're
Yeah.
pumping it up like a basketball. You know
I
what
thought
I'm
I
saying?
broke it.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
Yeah, and yeah. Well, hey, what you gonna do? Maybe you did break that. one.
So
I
so
still haven't washed my sheets because I'm scared to have my dad find out because I don't wash my own.
Wait, so you're
stuff.
sleeping on them?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's pretty gross, dude.
How long
Wait,
ago
how
was
long-
this?
How long? New Year Eve?
No, this is on Saturday.
That's New Year's, no?
It's not.
New
It's not
Year's
too
Eve.
long.
No, that's like
That's 3
New
days.
Year's Day, right?
Well,
You're
All right.
sleeping in blood.
So then, what's the other story?
Well, that's old Lang Syne. Should all acquaintance be forgot? I think also so all bed sheets need to be forgot. You gotta throw that fucking thing away.
Yeah, throw them
You
away.
can't wash those motherfuckers, especially now.
Just tell your dad that you shit your pants and you shit the bed.
Or you piss yourself.
if you piss the bed.
Okay.
Or
Well,
you stab
Oh,
yourself
actually,
with
why
the
not? Your
machete.
dad will be proud of you for having sex.
Oh
won't he?
yeah, that's even better. What the fuck are we thinking about?
Yeah. What do you?
I'm afraid he'll take those sheets and keep them for himself. My
Oh,
dad's a
that's
pervert.
crazy. You
My
know
dad's a
what?
pervert.
What the f-
Listen, your dad's gonna be happy that
I give up.
that you're having sex with a woman,
Well, you guys.
and not a
I
transaction.
literally give
What do you
up.
mean your dad's a pervert?
Oh, he's a pervert.
How do you know?
My dad is like me. He's on every single dating website. He has multiple girlfriends.
Isn't he married?
You live with only your
He has a
dad?
girlfriend. Yeah, I just live with my dad.
Oh, okay.
Wait, your dad's on Tinder?
My dad's on everything.
Oh.
He has multiple girlfriends.
kind
He
of
has
women?
my dad has a sugar mama.
What? What kind of women your dad like?
Any women that will like him.
So okay, so I don't think he'll get upset that you banged the chick on her period.
I'll probably be proud of me. at
Yeah,
most.
exactly. I don't think he'll save the sheets. That's kind of weird.
Well, I know.
All right, so then what's the other
You
story?
guys will be very proud of me. I went on an actual date, like
Doubt
a real
it.
date.
What happened?
So I met a girl on Tinder.
Yep.
And I met her on Saturday on Tinder. The same day I made love to the period girl.
Go on.
And we had such a good connection. I said, "Yo, I want to meet you. Let's." We live pretty close. She only lives a couple miles away. So we meet at Universal Studios City Walk. Right.
This is after or before you fuck this other
This is
girl?
the day after.
Okay, the day
All
after.
right, go on.
So we hang out. It's like nighttime, and then it was a really nice night. We went up to the roof of the parking garage, and then I finger banged her, and that's pretty much it.
In the parking garage?
on top of the roof.
Oh, wait, what do you mean? You went outside, you guys were looking over the garage, and you fingered her?
Yeah.
Well, it might have been a nice view out there. You look in the lights.
And this is the first night you met her?
Yes.
Oh, nice. There
Well,
you go.
you know.
Now, do you like her?
Yes. I mean, not really, but
How,
Oh my
how, ma-
God.
how many fingers do you get in?
just one. Well, she's a virgin.
What ethnicity is that
Oh my
one?
God.
She's El Salvadorian.
Oh, she's gonna. You better not fuck this up. She'll kill you.
Really?
I'm not lying. El Salvadorians are known to be crazy.
And she
Well,
told
yeah, but
me
so are you.
Or- I understand that.
All women is fucking known to be kind. I love how everybody says, "Oh God, are you Italian women?" Oh,
I just
my
didn't
God.
mean the women.
Oh,
I meant El Salvadorians
these
in
kind of
general.
women, black women, crazy. Everybody think that they fucking culture have the craziest people or the spiciest people. Everybody fucking crazy.
There was this girl at my show, this guy who looked like Trump, with this young girl with her tits hanging out. I mean, just everything. And I was like, oh, where'd you guys meet? Down at the casino, down at the slot machine, because it looked like she was an escort.
Of course.
And I was giving her such a hard time, and then I did a joke about sugar mama, and I pointed to them, sugar daddy, pointed to him, and then the next day she actually hits me up on
Twitter.
No, on Instagram, And she's like, "Hey, I was the one with the sugar daddy." And then I look over. She's a fucking porn star. She is an adult. She's an escort. She's like, "I'm going to bring all my friends to your next show."
Oh,
And,
beautiful.
But that really was. I was fucking around. It really was a sugar daddy.
I mean, in Vegas, porra, come on.
Yeah.
Can we discuss you straddling your male cousin and sledding down a hill?
What, the video on Instagram?
See, I've seen all this shit.
You have nothing to do.
I stay
You're
away
right.
from that kind of videos, porra.
Go ahead.
You guys was giving each other some Christmas cheer or whatever?
Yeah. But I want to say this. I don't know if this is weird or anything. The girl I'm talking about who I fingered at Universal Studios on the roof, she says the only boyfriend she's had was like a few years ago when she was a freshman in high school.
How old is she now?
How long was a few years ago?
What? I'm not gonna be party to this shit.
See, we've told him this before.
Well, she's 18. She's a senior.
He's only 20. So
Still, hey, look.
18 and 20 is.
To be honest, I don't give a fuck. How old? What the fuck he's doing? I'm just saying. I don't want to hear about it, my brother. I mean, when you're talking about the fucking girls, these high school girls, I don't want to be complicit in this fucking
He's got a
shit.
point.
Just tell me if it's weird.
Okay, it's
When-
weird.
is it When she was
No, it's not
15.
weird. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Her first boyfriend was a guy who was 28 years old.
That's weird.
It is weird. You know
It's
what?
also
You know
illegal.
what? It is very
that's a
illegal.
girl
But you
who
know
hates her
what?
parents.
I swear to God, I remember when I was in school, there was a fucking girl who I was in love with, and she was like 15, and I was like maybe 16, and her boyfriend was like fucking 25, 26, something like that. And I was, he used to come pick her up in the car and shit, and I was so fucking jealous. But I would have never dime him out. That's one stuff I don't do. I don't snitch on nobody. I mind my fucking business. But still, deep down, I was like, boy, fuck that guy.
I knew a comic who was like in his 30s who would always like bang chicks on their 18th birthday. Like that was his thing off like Facebook. I don't know. I just find that so fucking creepy. And if you're off by a day, you're fucked. You're going to jail for a long time. And no one's going to feel bad for you because everyone on that jury has daughters.
Yeah, there got to be something, to be with younger, like I never go, to go under 18. That's period. I never fuck with that. But, you have to have just a weird fetish if that's all you're looking for is a young, you have to probably feel like you ain't that great in bed or you have a low ego if you have a thing. It's one thing to do here and there, but if that's all you do is to fuck a girl that's never been fucked before, all that kind of stuff, you fucking douchebag.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny though. Like my fiance is 26, and like
that even feels young to you.
Sometimes
because you're like, what are you?
Well, I'm 38,
70.
but we're like in my car, and like this song comes on the radio. And I'm like, I used to love this song. I remember it was like that song. Oh,
I know that one.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's
talking about Sandstorm.
You're talking about the
Vandalay
one
Silva's
from
Walkout?
Hingling Brothers, what?
No, not that one. The Sandstorm.
Vandalay Silva's Walkout from Pride.
Wait,
Yeah.
that is how you interpret the Vandalay Silva song. Do that again. I hope I'm not fucking crazy, people out in the audience.
Anyway, so that song came on, and I'm like, I used to love hearing that at the club. And then my girl was like, I know this from Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I was just like,
exactly. But be happy that that's a good problem. That's high class problems. Your girlfriend is too fucking young.
Well, she's 26. It's not that young. 26.
Whatever, but I'm
38.
saying, hey, look.
You're 60.
That's stupid.
What's the youngest you'll go?
I don't appreciate that.
What's the youngest you'll go?
Look. The youngest, to be honest, the youngest I ain't gonna go is 18. Okay,
Come on, that's way too young for you.
No, but will you listen to what I'm saying?
Yes.
First? You asked me, and I'm gonna tell you the fucking truth. Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
The youngest I will go is 18. Now, I don't have an age limit in terms of the a relationship, but I'm not gonna have a relationship with a girl who's 18. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if a girl who's 18 and she's very sexy and she's an adult and she want to have sex for older man and one who's also look gorgeous and have a perfect body and know what the fuck he's doing, and he's also, everybody know who he is and he's a great guy in the community, then she's going to want to have sex with me. I don't have a problem to that.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I think that's a very exciting stuff for her. Okay?
So you're doing it just for her?
Well, for both of us, to be honest.
Right.
But, I can be something that she's going to look back on later in life and go, "Caralho, he was showing me how to make love." And then she can move on. I can, like, Susan Sarandon in the movie, Bull Durham. She's get the guys heady from the minor leagues to the pros.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get them heady so they can go out into life and know what the fuck they're doing.
That's so nice of you.
Now, when it comes to a relationship, I gotta go, 25 and up probably because, I'm not, they don't know what the fuck's going on and they're not gonna understand the differences. They don't know shit.
Did you get my wedding invite, by the way?
I got it. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to made it there.
Why?
No, I'm only kidding. I don't know. I don't even know what date it is, but I try to usually avoid.
There's gonna be some very attractive women
I'll
there,
probably
too.
go there.
Yeah.
Where's it at again?
It's in Beverly Hills.
Oh, caralho, I'll go to that one.
Oh, thank you.
I thought I had to went all the way to like, what's that, Barstow or somewhere where you're going.
Barstow? I'm gonna get married in Barstow.
or one of that places near Vegas or something like, cause it's cheap.
Nice. Have you ever been engaged?
Have I ever been a gay?
No, engaged.
No. I've been married a couple times, but I didn't. This is a different story.
You've been married a couple times?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one.
How many times?
Well, a few or whatever. I still am not at liberty to talk about that shit, But let's just say I'm single now, okay? And then maybe I have a couple ones that's in.
CP, were you ever engaged?
I was engaged once.
You got her a ring?
Yeah.
What happened to the ring?
She sold it.
She said that I lost it, even though she stole it and ended up pawning it.
You know what? Is a great stuffs. You should come up with, you should use you gold place.
CP Gold's gold?
Where you buy back gold and you should track it down. You should.
I don't want that shit.
You should put her to a sting operation.
I don't want that shit.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find out. We're gonna put her, and lure her in there and say you're gonna give her a great price on
gold. She can't come anywhere near me. I have a restraining order against her.
CB Gold's gold. You can have anybody.
Wait, she can't. She can't come to my work.
Well, you have a restraining order against her, or
I have a restraining order against her.
Maybe the feelings was mutual.
Yeah.
But listen,
she did 2 weeks of jail time the day we broke up.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
I've talked about this before on the show.
Why you did this to this
She tried to kill him.
She tried to kill you?
She tried to kill me.
She didn't do a great job on that one.
No, she did terribly.
Caralho. Well, you know what? I'm sorry that you had to went through that, my brother.
It is what it is. Everything happens for a reason.
But I want to came down to maybe after the show to OCB Gold and maybe pick out some stuff for myself.
We also have musical instruments now too.
I love that is great, like an old dusty saxophone. Yeah.
So, all right, what else are we talking about, people?
Mike Goldberg got replaced. Just announced.
By who?
Todd Grisham, former WWE announcer turned ESPN and Fox Sports.
Oh, Chad
announcer.
Chad Grisham. I know that guy.
He's doing.
Wait a second. I've worked with that guy before.
Yeah,
I've worked with that guy.
Kind of tall, skinny, dark hair, glasses.
I've worked with him. I know him. Yeah.
He works for MMA at all?
He was with ESPN. He was with Fox Sports a little bit. He was with WWE the longest though.
Oh, really?
Show me.
He's replacing Mike Goldberg starting at the Phoenix event.
Wow. Is that good or bad?
Well, if it's the height guy that I'm thinking of, you got it. Okay, yeah. Come up with that. Let me just see him.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure because I'm almost positive.
Yeah, he was on SportsCenter.
No, different guy.
Oh.
Fuck that.
I don't know.
He was on SportsCenter.
I think that they really... I don't like the way that
100%.
how they did Mike Goldberg. They didn't give him any kind of
Why
send-off.
they did that to the guy? What
His son
he
was
asked for too
pissed.
much money? He asked for too much money?
No.
They fired him.
They just wanted him the fuck out?
The WME takeover.
There had to be some reason why they wanted him out of there.
I don't know
Did
what
he
it was.
step on somebody's toes?
I have no idea, but it's just kind of like at least they should have done some kind of, thing for him.
I bet you the days is numbered. If they treated him like that, I bet you the days for Joe Hogan is numbered. I didn't talk to him about that, but I bet you.
His kid kept tweeting like, hey, listen, 20 years in this business, and this is not how you treat my dad. My dad.
He have a
has so
kid
much
old
heart.
enough to say shit like
Yeah,
that?
the kid's I think he's in college. His kid.
God,
he was just saying, he just kept trashing it.
That's
he was right.
That's very unfortunate. That's unfortunate to hear that because everybody like Goldie.
No, and I heard about the new Ultimate Fighter. They're bringing back Junie Browning.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're doing
I
like
know.
a-
Is the cast
Look,
that was
you
supposedly
wanna-
leaked? Is that the real
You wanna
That's
cast?
what I've heard,
something?
yes.
With James Krause is coming on, and
Yeah.
there's a couple.
James Krause.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
will
gonna
you
pull
read
a couple-
Will you find it?
But James Krause, I thought he's already still
bringing a couple
I thought
guys in
James
the
Krause
UFC
is-
to the.
Yeah.
What? The
that's what
fuck?
I heard.
It
And
was
that-
like the weirdest cast.
No, but I had a friend contact Junie Browning yesterday who said that he had confirmed it. That
But James Krause is like
they want him at 170 though. It's Krause 170.
Krause is.
Krause is
I thought 155.
no 155.
They might want him at 170, but
Krause is
looking,
already
I'm looking.
a hell of a fighter in the UFC now.
I know.
There's a few of those on there that are kind of weird.
And I,
But why
I
they
actually,
doing-
I
why
saw
they doing
someone
that
in the
to- that's not
UFC.
a-
I
why
saw
they
someone
doing
on
that?
that list, and I asked him if it was true, and he said yes.
Wow.
So
I know Junie Browning. He's one of my he was at one time my star pupil.
Can they
Really,
bring
he's a
back-
Catholic, right?
Yeah, he was my greatest achievement and also my greatest failure.
This is when he was living at Legends, right?
Yeah, and I missed that
Oh,
guy.
I found it.
They said he was actually pretty good.
You know what?
Connor said he was.
He's
actually
very
decent.
good. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. He's one of that case where if his head is screw on, right, he's got talent through the hoof, but you never got to see it because he had so many fucking problems outside the
Yeah.
case, so much emotional. But he have a wife and a kid now, and what a good kid. Everybody think used to think he's a fucked up person. He's a very good kid, and I'm not joking about that. I really like Junie Browning, and I hoot for him to have a lot of success.
So CB, would you read the cast?
Yeah, so it's Johnny Nunez, who I don't know.
I know that name.
Dominic
He came to my show
Waters.
last week.
Dominic Waters, who was on Tough before. Jesse Taylor, who was a finalist.
Remember JT Taylor, the kid who kicked out the.
He kicked out the limo window,
Yeah,
got booted.
Yeah. Oh,
He
he
was
was a
supposed
good
to fight
hustler.
CB Dalloway.
He was a great hustler.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that kid.
I'm not
God
sure
damn.
if Joseph means Joe Stevenson.
Okay.
It says Joseph Stevenson. I don't know if that
Yeah,
means
it
Joe.
has to be.
Gilbert Smith.
Yeah, we know Gilbert.
He was on The
huge
Ultimate
black
Fighter.
guy,
Now he's in
Ultimate Fighter.
Bellator.
He came
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
show.
Julian Lane. He was the
that
one with the
sounds
red mohawk that
That
said,
was
let me
like-
bang, bro. Let me bang, bro.
So basically, what they're doing is they're taking every volatile
They're
fucking.
putting psychos
This
in
might be
fucking,
the only
dude.
thing that I like the WME has done so
So
far.
I'm not even close to done yet. Eddie Gordon, who won the Ultimate Fighter and then just went on a skid. Diego Lima.
Oh, I like Diego Lima.
Isn't he the current Titan FC welterweight champion?
Yeah, he just
I
beat-
like
he just
Diego
beat,
Lima.
David Machad in a
We've
close
had some
fight.
good
Yeah.
conversation with
Yeah.
Diego Lima.
Cajun Johnson.
With Diego Lima, sorry, David.
Cajun Johnson was the one on the
Cajun,
Ultimate.
I remember the black guy. Yeah.
He got his jaw broken.
But he was good, that kid.
James Krause.
James Krause, what is
Zach
he doing in there?
Zach
Zach
Cummings.
Cummings just won in this
Zach
last
Cummings
fight.
is too big. What? This must be different weight classes.
Yeah.
Zach Cummings is
Yeah,
not in the
he's a
same
185
fucking weight class
pound.
as James Krause. That don't make no fucking sense.
Mehdi Baghdad, who was also on The Ultimate Fighter. Gerald Harris, who just finished
I
the last
remember.
legacy fight with
I
a
love
slam.
Gerald Harris. Well,
He's a black
he's
gentleman.
A comedian. Yeah, he's
Justin
funny.
Edwards.
Yep.
You got Seth Baczynski, the Polish
I
Pistola.
remember him. Yeah.
Mike Ricci, who
Didn't
was
Seth
a finalist.
Kimbo? Did the guy knocked out Kimbo?
No, that's Seth
No,
Petrozelli.
yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay.
You know who the
Baczynski.
Pistola? He's the guy that Allen beat in his first fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he lost to
in
Thiago
in
Alvarez.
UFC.
Yep.
Mike
fighter.
Ricci, who was a finalist
Mike
against
Ricci? I
know Mike
against
Ricci.
Colton Smith in the Tough 16.
Colton
He
Smith,
lost.
yeah,
Mike Ricci
I know,
lost to
I know
Colton.
Coach Smith.
Jamie
Didn't
Yeager.
Coach Smith kick him in the balls or something like that?
I don't know. Jamie Yeager.
Of course,
Yep.
Jamie
Who was
Yeager.
the crazy.
I know Jamie
dreadlock
Yeager. He
dude.
used to train
Hector
the Chop
Cervantes.
House
I don't know. Eddie
Center.
Ellis.
I know Savant.
Eddie Ellis.
Eddie Ellis. That
The
sounds
name sounds
I
familiar.
think he's dating that other girl, Ellis, who was on The Ultimate Fighter, who like,
Oh, Lisa Ellis.
yeah, that's her husband.
Oh,
They like to. He hook up with a girl with the same last name.
Junie,
Your last name Ellis. That's cute. Yeah.
Junie Browning,
Judy Browdy, yes.
Ramsey Najim,
Oh shit. Okay.
Stripper Ramsey.
Hader Hassan,
Yeah, I like Hader.
ATT lost
yeah.
to Kimura in the finals.
That's his fucking
and
nickname.
then Tom Galicchio, who
I
was
know
also
Tom.
in the Ultimate
He's
Fighter.
a comedian as well.
Yeah.
Oh god,
This
they're
is like
pulling
the
out all the
weirdest
best.
fucking. This is going to be
They're dragging
hilarious.
comedians and people who's.
Oh, but supposedly it's not the final because there's only 23 on here. They need probably 32.
So I don't understand. I mean, are they just
Wow,
now
that's
going for
interesting.
like, what are they
They're
doing?
trying to redo Tough 5. I mean, not Tough 5. Tough
The
4.
one where they brought in, like, where
Tough
Matt
4.
Serra came out of
Tough
it?
4. Chris Lytle, Matt Serra.
Yeah, but Judy
Yeah, like
Browning,
Hader.
didn't Judy like 1-6 in his last
Can I
7
tell you
fights?
something? If Junie Browning is have his shit together,
Yeah.
he's still young enough. I'm telling you, that kid can do some stuffs. But it's all up to him.
My favorite
It's one
is
of those
Let Me
mental
Bang,
stuff.
bro.
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
guy was great too. But I will watch this season.
I
If-
shit
fuck
you
yeah,
not.
dude.
Hey, do I ever tell you some bullshit about when I say about a fighter that I know?
no,
I usually tell you the straight stuffs. I was hyped about fucking Tony
I
Ferguson.
knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah.
No, but everybody said, "Oh, but you know, you never been hit like blah blah blah." I told you. I said, you know, people thought, "Oh, that kid, Mikey, whatever the hell, against Alan Joban, Mike
Yeah.
Perry or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, he hit
Perry.
so hard." And blah blah blah. I said, "Listen, Alan Jobani is gonna win." And speaking of Alan Joban, what the fuck happened? I thought he was supposed to be here today.
he was supposed to come, and then he did Karen Bryan's podcast instead, or he
That's
like,
very
he
interesting.
double booked it or something.
you remember who's gave to you the loyalty?
I know.
Okay. No, but anyway, hey, look, he's got to do. He's also have a, you know, he's on there a lot. You know, they have a special
yeah.
stuff's going on there. Maybe they're grooming him to be a co-host or some shit like that.
Right.
You never know. But you know,
And then also there's this Russian promotion that's going to be in town in Irvine.
I'm looking at it right now because I'm going.
You're going?
Yeah.
Who's on the card? Pat
I bet
Haley's
you
on the
like
Pat
Vinny Magalesh.
No, Vinny,
versus-
No.
they just signed Vinny.
See,
No.
see how it is? See that fucking guy?
Why?
No, just because they have to be that way. You know, that's the only one who want to be with him. It's the Hush and promotion.
I've been talking to a friend of the show that we had as a co-host last year.
Trayvon.
Terrion Ware.
Terrion Ware, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Oh, yeah, I
he's
like that guy.
fighting. Thiago Silva's in the main event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
You got Pat Healy and Leandro Silva fighting
Then why?
each other.
Oh, because that's some good names. I'm surprised they went for Vinny Magalesh.
Tim Hague and Mike Kyle are fighting each other.
That's a good
Nice.
fight.
That's all good. Why they
Terrion
put,
Ware, Danny Martinez, Alexandre Pimentel.
they're gonna put Vinny on the one after?
Yeah, the
where they
one-
wait-
the next
it's
one in March.
contingent
I don't know.
upon-
And somebody
if
you
the
know,
Dave and Buss commercial hunt too long.
and somebody you know very well, Christos Giajos. Is
Oh
on that
yeah.
card.
Yeah, I know Christos.
Now,
yeah,
what's this called?
System.
It's Absolute Championship Berkut, Berkut.
Barracuda.
Berkut.
It's ACB.
Berkut. I know
It's
Berkut.
ACB.
I do know that one.
It's
I know Berkut. I've seen that before.
It's the following week. It's not this weekend. It's the following weekend. It's
It's
on
a
the
prestigious
13th.
organization.
And the tickets aren't too bad. Floor seats are $250.
Listen, I don't pay for MMA events. They
I
fucking,
know you don't.
they
I'm
came
telling
to me.
our listeners.
Oh, true.
It's
Right.
in Irvine. Huge card. There's like 15 fights on this card.
Now who's the guy Santos? Is that the guy that beat Kevin Lee? No.
Leandro Silva
Who's
is the
that?
guy fighting on this one. I'm pretty sure he was in the UFC for a couple fight stint, but he's fighting Pat Healy.
Yeah.
So he's got a
Pat
tough road
Healy.
ahead
I like
of him.
Pat Healy.
Yeah.
And you got Mike Kyle on there from AKA.
Yeah.
That was a fucking banger. But Thiago Silva coming out of nowhere, man. I'm more excited for that. That's like him and
he's
Terrion
killer.
are the reason I'm going.
Yep.
But I've been talking to Terrion.
Are you,
He's ready.
are you
man.
going to graph the event or no?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to
Really?
get more information.
I thought you were hanging up your pen. You're not going to graph anymore.
I've got actually the
Next
next.
the king. He's never gonna hang up his.
I've got the next 3 weekends of graphing.
Who are you graphing?
This weekend I'm graphing John Jones, Phil Davis, Rampage, Michael Chandler,
gonna be
AJ
in town?
McKee, Joe Schilling,
Where are
and
they gonna be?
Tito. They're going to be at the Fit Expo at the Los Angeles Convention Center Saturday and Sunday.
What if people who is listening don't know what the fuck graphing is?
Good, then they'll stay away and I can get more shit
He
done.
wants
Good
an
idea,
autograph,
good
and he
idea.
hops out of the bushes and gets an autograph.
Yeah, the Bushes.
So okay, go
The
on.
following weekend is Irvine, and the weekend after that is Tito Cheo.
Nice. Now, are you going to stay at the hotels that the fighters are at?
Am I going to sleep there?
Yeah.
No, I drive there every
never
morning and
sleep.
come home at
No,
night.
he does. You sleep in the Vegas at the hotels.
In
He should
Vegas,
sleep
I
in
do
the
it at the
car.
hotel because, well, with the last event with Tough Finale, sometimes security gets a little tight and they try to kick you out.
Now, how did you know that Ronda Rousey refused to graph people?
Because my friends were in Vegas on Monday when she checked
That's not
in.
surprising.
But she said, "I'll have to save my energy. I can't." sign."
She said
But that's not surprising because she.
Yeah.
Again, you know, you guys making it into a thing where it's like, what a bitch or whatever.
Right.
It's about the fucking. Imagine you freaked out and you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
And then you don't want you just people to see you fucked up.
Right, of course.
And that's why she was hiding from the media. She's hiding because she's like, oh, the pressure. You know what I mean?
I heard she was allowed to hide from the media for another reason.
Why?
She's represented by WME.
Okay, yes, but what would be the
That's why
reason
Conor
why
couldn't.
even WME would let that to happen? Because in the interest of not blowing her circuits out.
Now when Ronda
Not
won't,
because-
now when
not-
Ronda won't graph, do all you guys get like the alert? Like Ronda won't graph us?
No, but my best friend was over there. And I told him for 2 months, I was like, she's not going to sign. But he went for everybody else too, and and she came by and they asked her, and she's like, "No, I need to conserve my energy," and just kept walking. She said, "I'll sign later," but
Who's
she said it was after the fight.
Can I tell you something? One more thing about that. If you stop, okay, and do that one autograph, do you think that it's gonna become just that one autograph and is gonna? That's it.
Well, no.
What's gonna happen is a group of locusts is gonna came, and then she's gonna have to sign 10,000 fucking autographs.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, even after that, she signed all those ones. The last 10,001 person is gonna go, "What? You don't want to fucking bitch."
But Ryan Hall told him to go fuck himself.
Shout out to Ryan Hall.
No, but
I love Ryan Hall. He have a good sense of humor.
Somebody told me that they were not a Ryan Hall fan until he told you to go fuck yourself.
Ryan Hall. Let me tell you something. I don't know why he said fuck yourself, because he's a nice guy. I like Ryan Hall. He actually have a very dry and funny fucking sense of humor. But I don't know why the fuck did he tell you to go fuck yourself.
I don't know.
It couldn't have just been nothing out of nowhere. That's all you did. Please. You sure he wasn't like...
Well, it was the second time. At first he said no, right?
He shook his head.
Was he about to fight?
No.
He was on the way to the octagon.
No, it was in the morning of fight day. And I'm not gonna...
but he was gonna fight.
Yeah, it was fight week.
Well,
But these guys, fight week is the easiest time to get them. Like...
But you know...
This happened last time when Bisping shot me down.
He
said fuck himself and then did
but he
roll
said
for
that,
like a knee bar right afterwards.
He said go fuck yourself.
He actually said fuck off.
Okay, so but this is after you already asked him and he said no before.
When the first time I asked him, he said yes later. So I waited, and then he came out to go to dinner on Friday night post weigh-ins, and he just shook his head no. So I said, okay, I'll wait. And then the next morning, I didn't even get near him.
Okay. So let me tell you something. And this is nothing against you.
I know.
But you have to look at this as a hazard that comes with the job. Like getting hit in the octagon or getting knocked out, it's a hazard that came with the
like
job.
Herpes or porn.
Or, shit like that. Right. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with you to ask for the autography as you text while I'm talking to you.
Hey, come on, pay attention.
But that's okay. Okay. But let me tell you something. But this still goes. Listen, this still goes what I'm telling you here. Okay? Sometime it's not bad to ask, okay? And even to pester. Because maybe you'll wear the person down and they're gonna fucking do it anyway, okay? But you gotta imagine that people don't exist to give you an autograph. It's a privilege, it's nice to give you an autograph, and I give whatever pictures autograph anytime I'm at events, but let's say I get a bad phone call, or something's happening that I have to fucking deal with, or I have something on my mind that I'm trying to figure out, and someone go, hey, come here, I want to, and then I go, just give me a minute, or I gotta go take a piss. Or any number of human things that happens, okay? And then somebody don't understand that, and they go, hey, look, I just need 1 minute. And then, hold on, my brother, I'm on a phone call, or I'm doing that. And then maybe, or you don't know if that's the fucking 100th person that's came, and he's just like, he's cutting weight. Also, I'm just listen to what I'm saying.
I am listening.
And then,
but I need to fix
the third fucking person came, and then you go, you know what, man? Come on, leave me the fuck alone. And I would not be that kind of person. I got a long fuse when it comes to fans, because I appreciate the fans. Okay, I'm more patient than most people, but. Some people, they get fucking anxiety from people. You don't know the things that's going on and swimming around in these people's fucking mind.
I understand it. And over the years, I've learned, there's certain signs you get and whatnot. The thing, and I'm not trying to justify, defend, or contradict or anything, but when I asked him the last time on fight day, it wasn't for an autograph. It was just take a picture.
Okay.
But it was I got it. But that's the way. But there's other people, and Rhonda has done what I'm about to say before as well. There's been events where Rhonda will show up, and there will be a swarm of people, and she'll say, you know what? I got half an hour right now. I will sign everything you got, and then leave me alone for the rest of the week. So my friends were kind of thinking, okay, maybe it'll happen. You never know.
Yeah.
This time,
not
sure. Sometimes, though, I remember after Ellenberger got knocked out by Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
I was like in the front row, and I was really like bothered by this. Obviously,
Yeah.
So I'm like really pissed. So my phone died. I found a charger by the casino. And I'm sitting down, and I'm on the phone, and somebody looks at me and goes, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I go, "I'm on the phone," and they're like, "Yeah, it's okay." And then sits down next to me and has his friend take a picture while I'm on the phone.
Wow. Yeah, and then if you told the guy, if you got short with him and said, "Hey, my man, wait a second, okay," or something like that, all of a sudden, Adam Hunter is a fucking ass. What a piece of shit.
It only takes one.
I'm just saying. So, you know what? My bottom line is, yeah, you know what? Guess what? Some people are fucking assholes. You know what I'm saying?
I
Some
know.
people are assholes and selfish. I'm just saying. Some people are assholes and selfish. There's no getting around that. Celebrities, fighters, whatever. Okay? Sports, fucking guys, whatever. But not all the time someone behave like an asshole or behave in that fashion is an indication that they're an asshole. It's not always the case. That's all I'm saying.
No, I get it.
You might catch somebody at a bad time.
Yeah.
Okay?
You know, and it's funny because the last time we were talking about this was months ago when Bisping and I got into it and you came on the show.
Of course.
And I saw Bisping a couple months later. He goes, "I remember you." And he like actually somewhat apologized and was like, "You know, it was fight week and it was a little crazy. Whatever you need done, I'm here right now." And like, I respect that.
Beautiful.
But I've never
and
had
your
any.
Uncle Hanach was another time. Your Uncle Hanach was height and everybody else was.
It just saddened me because I was a big Ryan Hall fan, and then he said, "Fuck off."
Look,
and that's like,
and guess what? I understand that.
That gets a little frustrating.
I'm just saying, and you know what? I would feel the same way. Somebody tell me to fuck off.
Shit, a stranger could tell me to fuck off. I'll be like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
Of course. It feels like shit. And especially one of your idol or your people you like or whatever like that. It's terrible. It hurts your feelings. I'm just saying, just try not to throw out the baby with the bathwater because that took the fucking shit that it takes for some people to get in the cage. Some people look at it as a sport. You see Anderson Silva.
And think about Ryan Hall,
you know
also
what I'm saying?
such a good jiu-jitsu practitioner, and you could tell he's not comfortable on the feet yet.
But the thing is, some people get in there. It's a sporting event. It's like playing a basketball game. Listen,
what? Ryan Hall, I mean, he's so good at
We're
one
talking
thing.
about like meeting the guy, and you're like, "Yeah, but he's uncomfortable."
No,
on his
he was
feet.
talking about
but
the
I
anxiety
understand.
that comes to fight day.
I'm like,
No, but
I'm like, maybe that's why he's not comfortable.
He was
on his feet.
uncomfortable 'cause he's just standing.
walking by.
No, it's talking about
If he was laying down, he would have been fucking cool.
Yeah, you gotta catch when he's laying down. But listen, some guys look at it as a sporting event, like a basketball game, and it's no fucking sweat off their balls. Some people get nervous like fucking crazy. Some people, you know, have to look at the fighters like a fucking enemy, like you're going into battle, like you're gonna kill somebody, and they have to get mad. So you never know what it takes for somebody to fucking put them in the mind state to jump in a fucking cage. So you have to be, you know, especially that when cutting weight and all that bullshit and bad, information. You heard what Rashad said.
Yeah.
He said just sometimes the fucking press parts drive you crazy, and then you got 5 minutes alone between the next press bullshit, and you're just trying to use that 5 minutes to just breathe and center yourself, and then you got the king of graph.
Or smoke some natural medicine.
Yeah, you want to smoke some oil. You can't do that. Or you can do the CB Gold's oil. The CBD oils. But anyway, listen. You know, you just have to have respect. If you want people to have respect for your graphy, you have to have respect for their process too. But nothing against you, but also nothing against Ryan Hall. I bet you if you saw him under a different circumstance, he's going to be a different guy.
I was going to say, I believe in second chances.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of guys that were not cool the first time, and the second time they were cool.
Well,
so.
he gave you a third chances, and you fucked up.
Well, I mean, no one's
No, I
listening.
mean,
I know, I'm joking, my brother.
CM Punk snubbed the guy in the wheelchair, right? That's what he told us?
Yeah.
God, hey, look, CM Punk is
Some
already...
people don't get second chances.
CM Punk already got,
By the way, I
already...
did stand-up comedy last night with Jason Ellis, who he hit me up. He said, I want to
Did
do
he do
comedy.
good?
He killed it. He was great. It was the best I've ever seen anyone for their first time. And he murdered.
Wow,
He's so
beautiful.
comfortable behind the mic.
How was the room last night?
The room was good. It was like, you know, it was a small crowd, which is what he should be doing, is small crowds
Yeah.
until he gets, you know, comfortable.
Is that
So
guy
what's next?
that does a little fighting and
Yeah,
stuff?
he
Like,
trains with Eddie Jackson.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what's
Eddie
next?
Jackson.
Are you going on to Ellis Mania?
Well, I gotta get my leg fixed first, but CM Punk, you know, he reached out to Rufus Sport and they reached out back.
Yeah, they want that fight.
So they might,
Jason Ellis, CM
for CM Punk.
I don't think CM Punk won that fight.
4?
What?
I don't.
In bum fights 4?
No.
Well,
in
let me tell you
UFC.
something. I put my money on Ellis on that one because
Me too.
this guy, I seen him his stand up against like actual fighters and shit.
Shin Carwin.
It's not the worst I've ever seen, man. It's not true shab.
Yeah. Well, he is 44.
I don't care how old. How old is fucking CM Punk?
40.
Just because the last name Punk sounds like, oh, he's a young kid. He's a punk. This motherfucker's
Phil
in his
Brooks.
40s. Phil Barone.
Phil Brooks.
Who is it? Phil Barone.
CM Punk is Phil Brooks.
It's Phil Barone.
Phil Hooks.
No, Phil Baroni's someone else. You know Phil Barone.
Yeah, the New York badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but why are you talking about Phil Brooks?
Because you said his last name is Punk,
That
but
guy's
his real
black.
name is Phil Brooks.
Phil Brooks is on the
No,
Bellator.
that's Will Brooks, and he's in the UFC.
He's in the UFC now.
You guys don't know what the fuck
By the
you're
way, Will
talking
Brooks
about.
Will Brooks wants the Michael Johnson fight.
Michael Jackson.
That's gonna be a good fight. Michael Johnson, Will Brooks.
If they make it.
It would be a Black-Zillion ATT.
God, yeah, that would be a nice one.
Michael
That's
Johnson's...
a nice one.
Oh, it was Khabib.
Khabib, yeah. I'm trying to reach out to Khabib to do a sketch for the award show this year, but I'm dealing with Ali right now. I'm trying to get Ali to hit me up back. I like Ali.
I don't know what he's able to do. I think he's very strict. Khabib.
It'll be a
he's
parody
very
video.
strict.
I think it'll be
No, I
funny.
think he's very strict about, I've heard him talk about his religion. He's very strict about what he can do and not do and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, this would be good.
Talk
though.
about the alcohol you don't drink and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. He celebrates Ramadan. He's
Ramadan.
Very devout Muslim. Listen, that is our podcast today. I will be in Edmonton tomorrow.
You didn't talk about Cody Garbrandt fight or none of that stuff.
We did
huh?
before you got here.
How long? Oh, okay.
When you
Anyway,
come
that was
30
exciting shit.
Yeah. What did you think about that fight?
Exciting
Did
shit.
you see that happening or no?
I had, and you can look on the stuffs. I had Cody winning that, but in the fashion, and I was probably the only person because people laughed at me and they said, "You know what the fuck you talking about?" and how he's gonna hit him. And my take on it was that he might dodge 99 punches, but Cody's gonna hit him with something. And then I thought he was gonna get a knockout. That's what I thought. But to see how he did do that one,
I think
it was very.
I think Cody would have. I mean, Cody won, and he looked great, and good for Cody.
Yeah.
I think Cruz might have thought it was going to be an easier night. I don't think
anybody but Cody and maybe some of his closest friend, maybe his mom and dad or somebody knew
Uriah.
what the fuck was gonna. Who could have thought he was gonna out Dominic Cruz him?
Yeah. I thought he was.
And he did the robot.
I thought he had a good shot of winning.
Oh, I know.
And his boxing is he was 32 and
I mean, it
one
was
as a boxer. As an amateur
it was
boxer.
it was incredible.
And he
to
was a
watch.
state champ wrestler. I
It
think
was
2-time
incredible
state
to watch.
champ.
I think that even as hard of a pill to swallow for Dominic that was, you could see even the respect from Dominic.
Oh, yeah.
Right after the fight, that little hug they had, you could see the look in Dominic's eyes like, you got me, kid. Like not too shabby.
And I think in hindsight, picking a fight with the girl, not picking a fight with the girl, but bringing up the girlfriend really seemed to also motivate him.
What I thought was
that started
what
with
I thought was
Cody.
an even bigger motivation that I thought was overboard by Dominic Cruz was when he, knowing that the kid grew up without a father because the guy was in jail and saying that, you need a father figure and I'm going to be your dad.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you how to be a man. Even I felt and like I balled up my fist when I heard that. I thought about somebody said some shit like that to me. That's over fucking bored as far as I'm concerned. But hey, listen, there's no limits. You can say whatever the fuck you want. But when he said that, that's when I was like, I wonder how that feels to have somebody say some shit like
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
Boy.
And Cody's nothing but a really great guy, so really happy for him.
But,
now, do you think it should be Cruz or Dillashaw for Cody's next fight?
I mean, what do I want to see? I would be happy with either one. No, you know what? It's only fair. Give fucking TJ. Come on.
I think Dominic.
That's the only hype. That's the only.
What about Faber turning heel and then fighting Cody? Like having him dye his hair black and like putting
it'd be like the New World Order or
the
whatever.
NWO.
Like the bad version of Faber. Hey, you're gonna save that for the Heisen promotion.
Tell
okay?
me you wouldn't watch that though.
Of course I watch it, but that's not gonna happen. what they should do is make a Fabi versus Dwayne
done.
Ludwig, so you can have the two coaches and then also the two fighters.
That
And
would
the
be
bad
good.
blood.
Tag
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, but what weight?
No, that's the problem.
Open weight?
I think Faber
Ludwig-
beats Ludwig though.
Ludwig is a big boy.
Faber beats him though.
Ludwig is too big.
Ludwig's huge compared
Ludwig
to
is
Faber.
big. That's like
Faber-
to
he
fight.
fought at 170.
That's like to fight your Uncle Henach.
Faber could be fought at 55 before
When?
when he fought Clay Guida his first like back in the day.
Listen,
That was at 55.
We're
Was it?
talking
That was
about
a
Superman
long
versus
time
He-Man. It
ago.
don't matter. This shit ain't gonna happen anyway. So let's not
You
get
brought
too,
it up.
It's all about
let's
the
not get too
Ghostbusters.
serious. I know I was kidding about that, porra. But
When are we going to get Uncle Hanach and Vinny Magalhaes at Metamoris or
You never
Abu
know.
Dhabi
By the way, he came to
or
my
Eddie
show. You
Bravo?
you never know.
Get him
Yeah,
right
you know what? I don't want to. You know,
Eddie Bravo invitation.
I don't want to.
Tyron Woodley
I
brought him
was
up to
trying.
you, by
I
the
was
way.
trying to forget that happened but I'm trying not to make my beefs everybody else's beefs. But I probably
I was there when
smart to not bring
Woodley
that
went up to him and said, "Every time I look at you, I think of Hanato."
Yeah?
and
what he
Vinny didn't. Vinny was kind of annoyed by that.
That didn't register
No,
to him, huh?
no, not to-
Good. He's never gonna be. He's luck that I'm fucking in his life because the only reason why people think about him is because of me. Okay.
Now, how about this? If Juliana Pena beats Valentina, which I think she could beat her,
Shevchenko.
then her next fight is going to be against Nunez, and I think Juliana Pena is the next UFC champion. Who's with me?
It's very possible.
I,
It's very
Do they
possible.
wait with Nunez though? Do they make her wait? I know that fight's
who's
coming
she
up
gonna fight
very
next?
soon.
She's fighting the winner of that.
Raquel Pennington.
No, they might. I mean,
It's not my ground to say, but you never know. They may not want her on the show
I love watching Pennington.
because you've got it.
they're not going to give her Raquel Pennington next.
No, but you've got to
right?
also look at it. Shevchenko and Pena, it's a main event fight. It's a good chance it goes 5, and that's going to do damage, and that's going to require a medical suspension.
Dude,
And
it's a month away from her last fight, bro. It's her fight was January 1st or December 31st.
No, I
This fight's
know.
the 28th. It's not that far to make that fight.
No. But if
Whatever, we'll see.
if the
How about we'll
winner
see?
if the winner of Shevchenko Pena gets a long 6 month like medical suspension or 3 months, what does Nunez do? Does she sit around?
We'll see. It'll
I
happen
think
eventually.
she wants
okay?
to be an active champion, and she's beefing with Kat Zingano right now, who
You're not
doesn't
gonna-
have a title shot.
Who hasn't
But
won a fight in 2 years? And I like Katzengano.
and what about a
That-
rematch with Sarah McMahon? She's coming off a win.
Sarah McMahon looked good in the last fight.
Yeah, but she got murdered by Nunez in that one fight. But I do love Sarah McMahon. I would love to see Sarah get a title shot.
And Nunez
I
beat
do think that
Shevchenko.
Pena, who's undefeated in
I
the
think Pena
octagon,
beats
she's the
Valentina.
one.
and Valentina, who her fight with Nunez was a close one. I was there.
It was close.
It was 3 rounds, but I'll tell you what, if that would have won 5 rounds, Valentina might have won because she won the 3rd round and had definitely had momentum going into the 4th if there was a 4th.
And she out Holly Holm.
And she beat Holly Holm. So the winner of that fight should definitely.
I don't. No matter where it goes, honestly, I think Pena beats Shevchenko. No matter where that fight goes, I think she's better. I think she's grittier on the.
I hope so.
She's gritty on the.
Yeah, I
feet.
think so. I
But
think
Shevchenko
she's going to be a
has good
champion. She's going to be
striking.
a
She
champ
could.
for sure.
She could, but then she
Yeah.
got to
It's
beat
just a
Nunez.
matter. It's just a matter of when. I mean, yeah. I mean, she could lose to Nunez too, but she, I would put money that she could beat.
It's a good
Nunez.
Latin fight right there.
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful.
Venezuela
Yeah.
versus Brazil.
That's the fight I would like to see. To tell you
Yeah.
the truth, yeah.
who at 145, Renato? Who's the girl you would like to sleep with the most? At 135.
Who we got? Give me some
All right,
of them.
you got
Misha
Ronda
Tate,
Rousey,
Ronda Rousey,
Misha
Amanda
Tate.
Nunes,
Oh.
Sarah McMahon.
Hold on, you're going too fast. All right.
can hear
Sarah
me.
McMahon,
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes,
Okay.
Ronda Rousey,
Okay.
Misha Tate,
Okay.
Juliana Pena,
Nice.
Jessica Ai.
Oh, I like that one.
Ashley Evans Smith,
I like her too.
Marion Renault.
Marianne Renault, the Belizean.
Does Holly Holm
Oh
count?
shit! Hello, she's a little older or whatever.
Yeah, mother.
I like that one
Belizean
too.
Bruiser.
God,
A Belizean Bruiser,
I like that one.
Holly Holm, and then Raquel Pennington.
Okay,
who's a
enough is
lesbian.
enough. Well, the other ones are lesbian too. The Nunez, so
Yeah,
they
yeah,
out of the big
They're out
picture.
of the
But
picture.
porra, God, I let's put it to you this way: none of the ones I would kick out of bed.
Right. Well, they would kick you out of bed. Go
Well,
on.
never mind that.
All right, go on.
I seriously doubt that.
All right, go on.
But The ones that shoot out to me is I've always been intrigued. A lot of people don't agree with me, but some people do. Misha Tate, I've always been intrigued by that one because also when you see, never mind what they look like when they're fighting, but when you see them in street clothes and stuff like that, porra caralho. And then that Belizean one you said,
Yeah, she's a pretty girl.
that one is just tough to beat. And then who's Sarah McMahon? Let me tell you something. Not when she's fighting or shit like that.
At the award show?
When I saw at the award show, the cakes on that one.
Yeah.
And she just looked so much, you can't translate. Sometimes these girls you think, and then you see them in real life and dressed up. God, are you? Like, she was,
What about
she
Pena?
was very sick. Oh, well, Pena, we already know. She already looked gorgeous. I mean, and she's already attractive for me. Let's put her off there because she's in the bag already.
You also got
I'm kidding.
So
I'm
Pena's
kidding.
your number one girl.
I'm kidding. I don't know about number one. I can't choose that one.
All right, 115. All right, we'll go to 115.
Oh.
All right, so we got
Joanna,
Claudia.
Gadelia.
I like Gadelia, yeah.
Paige Van
and also the extra thing about Gadelia, she have 2 other triplets.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if I can get something to working with the 3 of that ones, then all the
You
other
could take the night
every
off.
division, all the other girls can go take a walk.
Okay.
Take a
Rowdy
long
Beck.
You got Rowdy Beck, Rose Namajunas, Tisha Torres.
Hose is very cute. What? Hose is very cute, but I don't want to have to contend with Pat Barry.
Yeah, he looks like
he's
he's
a
got a
big,
huge
light-skinned
cock.
Well, he's huge cock. That's not what I'm worried about.
He has no
I don't
chin,
want to have
though.
to. I don't care. I don't want to. Look, I like Pat Barry, and he's a
Yeah.
light-skinned. He's half black. Right?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
that. A lot of people don't know that.
He's a light-skinned.
Yeah, he's light-skinned, and I'm a fan of that guy. I don't want to take that woman. I don't want to take food from the plate of that
Okay.
guy. But so
So-
we're gonna take
Angela
Hose
Magana.
out of there.
Angela Magana.
Magana
Tisha
is a crazy
Torres.
one, but when you showed me those pictures of that ass in Puerto Rico, I was very intrigued by that one. So let's remember bookmark that one.
Paige Van Zandt.
Paige Van Zandt's another one that when I saw her fighting, I said like, she cute, for a fight. Yeah, she's okay. When I
Joe-
saw her at the award ceremony, she was sitting next to me. Porra caralho. And she had also, I think, a headdress. She was looking very nice on there. When
Jojo.
they're not cutting weight. I don't like when they're cutting weight.
Yeah.
I like when they have you some cheeks and the thighs on there.
Yeah.
Right.
And they have you some on also the face cheeks.
And then what's her name? Joanne Calderwood's.
Wait.
You got Calderwood. You got Carla Esparza.
She's cute. Yeah.
Cookie Monster.
I like it.
Juliana Lima.
Felice Herrig.
Felice Herrig.
Lima have a cuteness to her.
Yeah.
I like.
Tough bitch.
I like Lima. She.
Who just fought Johanna, the other Polish girl?
yeah.
Carolina
That's what I'm talking
Kovalkovich.
about.
That one.
That's what I'm talking about.
She's high up on there. I forgot
Carolina
about that one.
Kovalkovich.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The Polish chick.
Oh, she's nice.
Yeah.
I like, strangely
also,
enough.
let me tell you something. A lot of people don't, that's an untapped market. A lot of people don't realize about Polish women because you get you think of a babushka, you think, Polish
Russian,
sausage.
kinda Russian.
You think of like, old Polish women is some of the most fucking gorgeous women I've ever been around.
Right.
Some of them, they have that, they almost look Russian, but with like maybe the features, like they Russian, but they have a body like a Puerto Rican or a black woman.
Yeah.
Like they have a ass and lips. A lot of, I don't know what they put in the
The babushkas.
or over there in the borscht or whatever the fuck they're eating over there, the sauerkraut. Because caralho, they're fucking looking good over there. To all my Polish women, caralho.
All right, listen. So that is our show. I will be at the comic
Here we
strip
go,
in
the
Edmonton.
most depressed part. I wish they would get that out of the way. Next time, get this part out of the way
I
before I came
He
here.
did, but it's a second reminder.
I'm in the West Edmonton Mall tomorrow night. It's the biggest mall in
What's the name of the fucking
North
place?
America.
You're flying up to Canada tomorrow?
Tell them the
Tonight?
depressing
Tonight.
name probably of
the comic strip.
That's not so
And then
bad.
next week I'm at the House of Comedy. And then
How'd they come up with these names when we're gonna make a comedy club? There's not too many names. A lot of the names has been used already. Why are we gonna come up with a catchy name?
I'm at Laugh is Hope Comedy Club. No, I'm kidding.
I was just about to say.
That was a real
Knee
comedy.
slappers
the
and
name
chuckles.
is
and
the name is called
It was called Laugh is Hope.
That's maybe the worst thing I ever heard.
that sounds like a ward in the hospital or something.
That sounds like a Make-A-Wish programming.
It sounds like.
Are you serious?
Like Shriners.
But
Laugh
that makes
is
you sound
hope.
depressed before you even get there. Laugh is hope. Is that like a coffee shop, in Venice or something, where you also have poetry and shit?
So anyway, listen. That
What else? What other kind of? What's the worst? The other names of the fucking
there
places?
was Yuck Yucks.
Yeah, that's fucking terrible.
That's big in Canada. Yuck Yucks.
Chuckles.
There's the Comedy Cats.
Chuckles. I mean, the
Yeah, how do
comedy
you
what? The
catch
comedy what?
comedy?
What?
The comedy cat.
The Comedy Cats.
Yeah, how do you catch comedy?
There's what are some other ones?
Isn't there knee slappers?
Knee slappers.
Oy.
And flappers is kind of
Flappers.
weird.
Flappers is one of the worst I ever heard.
Flappers. Yeah, that's,
Why do I know more venues that you do?
the Chuckle Hut. No, I'm kidding.
Now I thought that was that's a fucking terrible. It's just all you get a vision of old like failing old comedians who's been at it for a long time when you think of those names.
Like
You know, you
Gallagher?
think of not the guys that they bring in, but the kind of
When I used to work
hagglers.
cruise ships, it was the Punchliner.
Yeah, that's not good either.
Oh my god!
All of that is bad.
Was it just a cruise line dedicated to comedy?
It was Punchliner on Carnival. It was what's his name? It's George Lopez's Punchliner. He was the guy behind it.
That's rough.
And then every show, George Lopez had this little video that just no one laughed at.
You know, all that is bad. That stuff is bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then
Just
and then
the ha
in Canada, there's Absolute Comedy. There's, but that's not bad.
absolute comedy. I don't know. I don't know what would be
The Looney
one.
Bin.
I don't know what would be a good one, but I know when I hate them, when I hear them, I know what I don't like.
And then Riddles, Giggles,
Ugh. Okay, stop.
Jokers. Jokers.
Now
Wild.
you're coming out with the worst.
No, it's Jokers Comedy Club. Riddles is a real comedy club.
Giggles, all that stuff. It just make me.
So listen, I'm also I'm at the Dime Bar every Monday and Tuesday.
I've been there. That's good. If you're in LA, you might every once in a blue moon to catch your Uncle Hanach there.
Tonight I'll be there. Kato Kalin's performing.
Now you just made me to be depressed
Swear
again.
to God.
Yeah, since I saw it,
Now
I was
I just
like,
got
is that the
depressed
real
again.
fucking-
Yeah, Kato's doing comedy tonight. Me and Kato.
Is this his first gig?
No, he's done comedy before.
Does he have the same hairstyle?
Yeah, it's Kato.
No. He have the same
no, he has
hairstyle from
different-
back then.
different hair.
What was the style now?
You can see the.
Or is he
flyer.
like bald? Does he look fucked up?
Hold on, he still looks young. He's a good guy. He's a real nice guy.
I'm sure. Look, he wouldn't have been kept around for free by OJ Orenthal.
So so here I'll show you here.
Do we ever go to visit Orenthal in the joint?
No. He actually.
don't?
He says now, like his Twitter profile says, "I'm now living behind my own house." So, but here's-
Is that? Oh, please tell me his jokes isn't just
But
all.
it's OJ jokes.
Are you serious?
And
Is it really?
Are
The thing
you
is, I'm
fucking
friends
serious?
I'm friends with Robert Shapiro on Facebook, and I invited him to the show. So hopefully Robert Shapiro will be in the crowd and Kato will be on stage.
This guy.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's doing his set is OJ jokes.
Some of his jokes. So it's Stuttering John Melendez tonight and Kato Kalin.
Vinny Oshana.
Vinny Oshana is a hilarious comic. So
Okay, so I can't think of anything more sad than a guy.
you know Alex Thomas, right? You heard
Let me
it.
see.
Alex Thomas.
he was good last
He was in
time.
Don't Be a
Oh
Menace.
yeah. I know that.
Yeah,
guy.
Alex
I don't
be on
know
the
him
show.
personally, but I know that. But can you imagine the jokes like, hey, I'm living. Hey, they say I was living behind someone else's house before. Now I live behind my own house.
What? Uncle Hanach, why did OJ cross the road?
Why? To
stab somebody.
to stab
No,
you,
this was a-
somebody to kill. What they say?
What do you do if you find OJ with one glove?
I didn't know whether it was Michael Jackson or R.J. Simpson.
I need
God,
a place
I-
to stay tonight.
Hey,
Where can I stay?
What's
What can
OJ's favorite football team?
Oh,
The
God.
Broncos.
Oh God, are you? I mean,
That was not bad. Is that yours?
but still,
I just decided.
he's free balling here.
May not be.
But you know,
I need a house sitter. Anyone need a house sitter?
I mean,
so yeah,
Ask me what I think about interracial couples.
you hear the pack. Oh God,
pretty good, dude. I think you're way funnier as Kato Kalin.
yeah, maybe we should have that. CB Kalen, or maybe they can be like a comedy team, like Martin, and, Lewis or whatever.
CB and Kato.
Yeah.
Joe Jaggy, if you're listening, please do CB and Kato.
Please, that would be awesome. I will fucking share that
Please tell me
everywhere.
you're joking about that fact that he does OJ jokes.
He does do OJ. Why don't you come tonight? Watch. Please come
I don't
tonight.
know if my heart can take it. Yeah.
Please come tonight.
I don't know if I can stand that
That'd be
shit.
so funny.
I might
You
feel
get
too
somebody to
sad.
record the video of him his fucking set. That shit'll be hilarious.
Can you imagine him dealing with hecklers and stuff?
Don't make me call my friend.
No, what's crazy though is like I was telling this young comic Nick, my friend Nick Alexander, his young black comic yesterday. I'm like, yo, Kalen's tomorrow night. He was, who's that?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's even more sad. Why it's even more sad that he's doing OJ shit.
When
Because
was the OJ thing? 94, 96?
that's the thing. You
Yeah.
gotta have kids now, millennial, whatever the fuck they call them.
It's been 20 years at least.
Yeah,
But they have no idea who Kato Kaelin
There's
is.
people who don't know none of that shit.
I have no idea who he is.
Are you being dead serious?
I'm 20 years old. I really don't know who he is.
Yeah, see,
He was
why would
living
he
in-
Do
know
you know
that?
who O.J. Simpson is?
I'm vaguely familiar with the name.
See,
come
exactly.
on.
How would he? You know, like
Well, if you watched the thing about OJ special that was on this year, you would know if you watched.
that's a great fucking documentary series.
Not a documentary.
Oh,
it's
speaking of that,
the TV show.
I saw it. It's a fucking documentary. Oh, that piece of shit
with John Travolta.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
I love that.
No, I didn't watch that because there was a. I'm
The other
sorry,
one was
I'm
good.
sorry
I
to
watched
call
both
it.
of them.
I'm sorry to call it a piece of shit. What I mean is, if I'm gonna have the choice between watching a dramatization, where Cuba Goodings Jr. Plays OJ, or versus actually watching a fucking the heel shit, I'm probably gonna watch the heel
no,
stuff.
I understand why you watch the heel
But
thing.
let me give a plug to something that I have nothing to do with. I'm a big hip hop fan. Okay,
Yeah.
I've always been. I'm aficionado. I've seen all the fucking documentaries. I've had all the books, all that shit. He locked in to watch this series that was on Netflix. It's called like The Evolution of Hip Hop. It's a very kind of a boring sounding name. Cause I thought I'm not gonna learn any stuff new that I didn't know. Poha, it's like a 4-part series. It's very well done, man. Anybody, especially the young kids who don't know shit about the history and stuff. And even if you do know the history, you gotta watch this series. Very well done, and you're gonna learn a lot of shit. It's entertaining. Beautiful stuff. I can't recommend that one more.
Great.
Okay.
Cool. Well, listen, that is our show. Anything you want to plug?
Just as always, if you want to find out about my stuff, don't listen to me here. Listen to me on my fucking Instagram. Follow Renato _Laranja on Instagram and Twitter, and then I'm gonna tell you all the stuff. It's like when you have little orphan Annie. Ralphie got the secret decoder thing. He was listening to little orphan Annie and to get the secret stuffs, and was telling to drink you Ovaltine. Well, your uncle Henach's gonna have more interesting stuff than that,
right?
And you want to listen to that instead of all that jazz about pirates and smugglers and stuff like that. Boy.
Makes a lot of sense. And you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Joe P Comedy. Listen to my podcast, Ween Dog Radio.
Oh boy!
Subscribe to my YouTube, Ween Dog TV, and that's pretty much it.
What the ween stand for? You ween? You're fucking flaccid wiener.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually doesn't know what
And
Ween
CB,
Dog is.
what's your YouTube show?
CB's Gold MMA, but there hasn't been a new episode in 3 months. I need to record a new one.
All right.
But
The people is demanding.
no, they stopped demanding. I just got lazy.
Go on.
I'll be at the Los Angeles Fit Expo this weekend, Convention Center, and then the following weekend in
I mean, you'll
Irvine.
be there. You'll be there, like walking in as a guest.
Yeah,
At the Los Angeles FedEx?
the Convention Center, the Fit Expo.
Oh, FedEx.
Yeah.
You'll just be there.
thought you was working at
following
FedEx and they can
weekend,
come drop in.
ACB
Most people will
in
say like,
Irvine.
"Hey, I'm in a movie." They don't mean like they're actually
No, I
watching
get
it.
Or you're like,
it.
hey, I'm
People
gonna be at the movies
understand.
tonight.
You're just looking for fucking to nitpick. The
right,
following
go on.
weekend in Irvine at the fights, and then the week after that and the weekend, Bellator Tito Chael.
You'll
I
be in
will
the
there.
audience.
By the way, after this, I'm going to be
Yeah.
at the Poquito Mas down the street. And then after that, I'm going to go be at my house taking a dump. I'm going to check some email.
I downloaded your app, the Renato Laranja app.
The app? That's old. I don't.
Oh, it's
that
way
hasn't
old.
been-
Where do I get the emojis?
the emoji? Oh, what? You know what? That is something I can plug.
Yeah, I
right
want
now
those. I saw two of them on Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm like, I need Renato Laranja emojis.
Hey, you do need that one because it's some good shit. It's Bitmoji. You know, I'm sorry, no, Jitsmoji. You know, like Bitmoji is Jitsmoji. And
JITZ
but-
or JTS?
Oh, caralho.
Probably JITZ.
I think it's S actually.
Oh.
But anyway, in any case, you download that shit, but they don't have it for Android yet.
Okay.
It's only for your iPhone, and you gotta have the new fucking
Is
operating
it
system.
cost money or you can just download
It's
it?
like it costs like $1.99.
No, I'll do it. Is it going to you? Because if it is, then I'll support you.
Some of the proceeds go to me.
Good.
And some of that is go to somebody else, okay?
Good.
But never mind that because you're going to also see your Uncle Henach.
It is
on
an
there.
S. Jits.
Yeah,
with an
exactly.
S.
Like I already told you guys. Okay, but. And then also Storm Kimonos, which is the brand of kimono and also, fight gear that I'm sponsored by, is also coming out with a whole line of crazy shit. Is coming out also casual stuffs, shorts, fucking any kind of hash guards and all that kind of stuff, and also your Renato inspired stuff too. So it's coming out. Just go check the stormkimonos.com website. There's a lot of fucking nice stuffs on there, premium stuffs that you're not used to, a better class of stuffs than you wear.
And how do we get Renato Laranja t-shirts? Because some people have
I know
asked me, and I said contact you.
You come through me, okay? You're gonna came until they put the stuffs up on the Storm website. You gotta came through me. So send to me a message on Instagram, Instagram is the best way. And if I fucking feel like it, I'm gonna send you one.
Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. It's a 3-hour show today, and take care. Bye bye.
Ciao.